So we're going live. Shalom. Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh. Shalom. Hey, you know, another live show. Of course, we're fucking happy as hell. Pretty sure you brothers are pumped up because this thing is rolling, man. Mosai got the things happening, man. And the scriptures say when you see these things, lift up your head because your salvation draweth nigh. So even though we know shit gonna get worse, but the thing is, the Lord had us prepared for these times, man. So this is a beautiful day that we in, and this is, you know, an open forum. We was gonna go set up, but they had the shit, you know, taped off and all this. They got all these different ordinances. Now Trump just, which, you know, y'all can read it, but Trump basically, he's talking about tonight, putting a quarantine on the tri-state area.
So you can't leave the state.
So you can't leave the state. And they already got it. And this is second Ezra. Of course, we got to have second Ezra 16 on deck.
I got a good one.
We're going to get that. And they got a thing where in Rhode Island, they passed it last night, yesterday, that whereas if you got a New York plate, not that you came from New York, if you got a New York plate, right? The National Guards are going to pull you over and you got to be quarantined. That's the thing that they're doing. Anybody coming from, because now they got New York as the epicenter of this bullshit, right? And so now if you come from these places, you got to be quarantined for 14 days. Everything they keep saying now, 14 days. And now Trump's saying he's going to put that travel ban or quarantine the states. So these things are happening, man. But go ahead, brother.
Second Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein.
Right. Woe to what world? This world, man. And primarily America is going around global, all right? Because the destruction is going, you know, not just America is going to be destroyed, but the Most High is about to destroy this world, man, as we know it. Not the actual earth itself, but the world as we know it.
The rulership.
The rulership, man. But it's been due for destruction too, man. It's been a new changing of the guard, man. You know, the Lord said, long time I've holding my peace. So now, Esau's doing all this wickedness, but the Most High is making them do these things, man. Right. The Lord is the one that's on these devils, man. You know, go ahead.
For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh.
See, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And this coronavirus is made up as it might be. This is part of that sword. The sword represents what? Not
destruction, any forms of destruction.
Any form.
Whether it's biological, whether it's a gun, whether anything that destroys. When you look up the word weapon, it means any instrument to destroy something.
That's right.
Yep.
And so, and this disease, even though it is well proven, there's so much information coming out about this coronavirus, how it's been set up, and how they've been like they had the containment series we was telling brothers to watch. They got all these different movies showing about these different plays. Even the one with the Ebola, the 93 days, which is a little bugged out. It's mostly West African actors in it, you know, which they're Jakes, they're Israelites, you know, and a lot of which another brother. I don't know if it was Elder Ayatollah told me it was West Africa, I think a Yoruba brother who had the cure going back in January, the beginning of January 2020. And we know that they've been having the cure before they even made it public. But we in those times where you're seeing all these things come to pass, man. You know, the brother just pulled up another movie from a year ago that they were straight up, this movie's about the coronavirus.
Yeah.
You think this is a coincidence, man? You think that this stuff is just made up? That's why we pumped up and we see that the Lord is working, man. And the Most High said he's going to work through these devils, man.
Yeah. That's right. He's going to do it.
Right? On the left hand where the Lord doth work. Go ahead.
God, it says, and one people shall stand up to fight against another.
And that didn't stop. That's still going on. You got the different wars that is happening. You got the soldiers, and we keep bringing out that Iran said they haven't forgot what the United States did to their soldiers, how they bum rushed Soleimani, you know, right? So they ain't forgot about that. So it's still on, man. It's still on.
And it's going to be brought right here on here. It's going to have race wars. Matter of fact, we're at a time now where if you walk into a public place, you fucking call. the whole store ready to kill your ass.
Well, on the bus.
Please.
Yeah.
I think it was
They're looking at you like you're a terrorist.
No, they beat the shit out of somebody that caught. He just caught in the bus. They
So,
beat the shit out of him
that's
viciously.
That's reality.
That's that fear.
But you know what? You fucking people.
That's
I'm saying something. You fucking now we're gonna cut you out. I hate you people. I hate you, man. I hate you, motherfuckers. I hate you. I hate y'all. We hate y'all.
That's right.
The most.
Yeah, how about she hates you?
Now, how
Yeah.
about you now? How much I
Bunch
hate
of
you.
fucking idiots, man.
The King David said,
Oh, yeah,
not the King David. King David.
I was
The old Drake lingo.
the King David.
King David, the King David. King David said, do I not hate them with a perfect hatred?
Yep.
The enemy is of the Most High.
Yep.
You people, I hate y'all, man. You people are so stupid. You sheep, you're copper tops, you're every bad thing that we can think about. You're happy meal heads. Y'all everything, man.
Chicken with no head.
Okay, because you people, the hysteria, y'all caught into the hysteria. Well, the Apostle Tahar said, we were blessed to keep the Passover with Apostle Tahar. And that was right when this shit just was popping off. That's right after the Passover. Apostle Tahar said, you know what, man? All that coronavirus show. We did a video. It's up there. Brothers seen it. We did a Passover video. Apostle Tahar said, look, man, that's for y'all. That ain't for us. That's for y'all.
That's right.
You women,
That's right.
my woman is freaking out. Yeah, of course she's freaking out. Because now we're in the time of Isaiah the 32nd chapter.
Right.
Now we're in the time of Isaiah the 4th chapter. Now we're in the time of Proverbs the 1st chapter. See, we're in the time. This is it. We talked about it for years, but now we actually in it. Those scriptures, we'll go into those scriptures, Lord willing.
Yeah.
I got precept for you.
I see that.
With the virus. This is Isaiah 54:17. It says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
That's right. That means no Esau's germ warfare.
That's right.
Their guns, their weaponry, the men. That's talking about the men of the Lord. That's not talking about all of Israel. Because you know what? Now, you niggas, you goons, all you niggas, you Israelites, you tribes that's out there that all these years y'all made fun of us. Y'all walk by the camp. Now they walk by the camp, the women with your heels on and all that shit. They walk by the camp with their heels on, looking cute. Now y'all gonna freak out. You niggas that walk by the camp, y'all snicker at us, gonna make smart remarks. And then you other people who know us, the family members or whoever niggas that know us, and make fun of us. Or you with the Israelite niggas, you down with that shit. Okay.
Oh, but they all attended this now.
Yeah.
They got, it's Psalms 1:10-3.
Yeah.
The Lord said, the day of his power, his people shall be willing.
Oh,
Thy people shall be willing. Now they want to listen. They got questions. They got their notebooks and taking notes.
yeah.
But
The fucking closet closed. It's a lot here.
No, we feel you. After the clubs are closed, now everybody got time.
Yeah, call it Murph.
Oh, the Murph.
The Murph, something brought the Murph.
That's right. Yeah. It says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. That's for the scoffers.
Oh,
Hey,
Where you at?
Hey, where you at?
Let's stay there.
a little bit more. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteous of me, said the Lord. How about Shemaiah?
Now, Salaki, I feel like I got a super speed. I gotta read this. Now, this,
And you got that right?
this is a Salaki. I got Hey, Ezekiel 12, and I'm gonna read from 25 down to 28. Ezekiel 12 and 25. For I am the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, because people was like, oh, that ain't gonna happen. That's gonna be in the future. That's many days off. No. I'm gonna read it again. Ezekiel 12 and 25. For I am the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word and will perform it, saith the Lord power.
And then the Lord said, this generation gonna pay for Abel to Zacharias, whom they slew on the altar.
That's right.
That's why this generation is so cursed. Apostle Tahar did a video talking about strong times wait Bad Times Make Strong Men Stronger. I'm not saying it verbatim, but they had a picture up from 1917 to now. You had even Esau looking stoic and serious,
Right.
to walking around with a fucking pocketbook.
Right now.
You know, in this day and age.
Because they're living that decadent
Yeah.
life.
And decadent means to be decayed or sweet. This world has become sweet.
Yeah.
Cause
Decadent means dead.
yeah.
Dead. I got some more. Verse 26 to 28. And again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. Because that's what you've been saying to us for years. That stuff y'all talking about, look back at my grandmother and before that, my great grandmother talking about that. That ain't gonna happen, man. That ain't gonna happen. And another 50 years from now, that's gonna happen. I'm gonna read it again. Again, Ezekiel 12 and 26. Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel, so we talking to you, our own people, say the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are afar off. Therefore say unto them, so now this is what we saying to you. It's like, therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord power. So it's in your ass right now. It's called COVID-19. And whatever else that's going to be released out there through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Because the scriptures say, many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world. Go, go.
Yeah.
Oh, we in it.
No curfew. We ain't alive this month.
I got it back up to This is Amos 9 and 10. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
There's gonna be a lot of dead people.
Coronavirus is a sword.
Yes,
Like I
sir.
said, there's many more. There's gonna be other strains.
So you know,
You can't already.
and you know what? You know what? You little monkeys. But let me tell you about Jake. See, man, now we're gonna get on you. We're gonna get on Jake. You know, we're gonna start. Hey, what the Lord said? Begin in my sanctuary.
That's right, yeah.
Seek you, right? You, about you motherfuckers. Let me tell you about you gorillas, you monkeys. When I say that, I'm talking about all the tribes. Let me tell you about you motherfuckers. Fuck yeah. Through the spirit of the Lord. Let me tell you about y'all, man.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay? Remember last night?
That's right.
Listen, last night, I was at the fire. I had my demon with me, and my demon's me. We were hanging out, so we had to drop her home. She lives in the terrace.
Okay, another low life. This is a problem.
So the niggas were out there. The cops were there, right?
Yeah.
But everybody, witness, think about witness. Yeah. Yo, Drake was outside. Like it was a block party.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what a lot of
They're still doing
They're
that.
still doing it.
Hey, like the purge.
Yeah.
Basically,
Until it was really set off. Until
Yeah.
Skeletor set it off.
They
They was like, we gonna get our $5,000, and they partying in the first purge, right?
In the purge, you had dudes purging, but then you have dudes that out purge them.
Yeah,
Right.
little monkeys,
You know what I'm
they
saying?
wanted to create mischief. That was the spirit on them. They were out there like they scheming, right?
Yep.
They don't know what's about to come to them, man.
Oh yeah.
And I want to see y'all get it first. Let them get it. But you know what? Above them, because I know they're going to die. These little street niggas, they're going to die. You Uncle Tom niggas, that all of Esau society, y'all going to die. The ones that we really want, we want the General Yohanas.
Yeah.
And the Nates.
And the Knicks.
Nate say
You and you other women, never called you out by name. Something, even Tupac said that. Fuck that. Say that nigga name. Right? You know what I'm saying? You Bobbies and you other than you Sakaris.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You wicked evil niggas. Now y'all gonna get exposed, man.
Yeah.
See, cause now it's
crunch time.
It's crunch time, man.
Yeah.
Y'all the men of the Lord, prove it now. Let it
Yeah.
be proven, man.
That shall be That's what it says in Ezra. Then it shall be known who are my servants.
Cause I don't give a fuck about y'all, man. Because you know what? You can scoff, do your videos, getting on us, exposing us. All that shit is done now, man. Now you gotta show your congregation that you truly the men of the Lord. All right?
Drop some bars on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, well now.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Yeah.
You like niggas Sakari? Fuck you, nigga. You can do 50 biker jacket videos. Okay, that's played out now. What edification is that now? Fuck you, nigga. Okay?
Yeah, people want fucking answers. What's
You
going on
bitch
right
ass nigga.
Oh, no. Now they all know.
now? No,
Tired of this shit, man.
So I said, now they got people want them.
Yeah, but it's beautiful though, man. And because the Most High, see, it's deeper than us, man. Like, see, a lot of times you thought that you was slick, like saying stuff against the men of the Lord. There's reasons why we're fucking happy, man. Because we see the Lord is bringing that judgment, man. And see, you can fool, like you're saying, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but not all the time. Read that scripture, bro. Hey, because these scriptures are coming to life, man. This ain't no fucking game, man.
They the game, man.
You know?
We're in the goddamn game.
Yeah.
We're in the time of Proverbs, the first chapter. And we're going to get that soon, man.
And we get it right now. Matter of fact,
See?
Cut.
This internet,
Okay.
yo,
Right.
as it is now, brothers are having a hard time uploading their videos. And as it is now, pretty soon we ain't going to be able to go on the streets no more.
Ain't gonna be no more videos
They
either.
got the term. They got a term saying let it go dark.
Yeah.
Dark means cut off all communication, no cell phone, no internet.
I got that right there. I got that.
No more
Oh,
texting.
you got the second order. See, that's the
We're
spirit.
gonna bring that out too. We got
Yeah.
the second order right
This ain't a joke, man. It's not a joke.
And
To us, we're like the scripture said, the innocent to laugh and the scorn.
Well, Proverbs, we're going
You
to read
know,
Proverbs.
the spirit. I got it. Lord gonna have it, and we enjoy it. We having drinks. We toasting to this.
You goddamn right. And I'm sipping, nigga. Fuck y'all. You don't like it? Then turn the channel, man.
Hey, man, we toasting, making the Most High. We celebrating the downfall of America, the wicked ass niggas in 2/3. Okay, the other nations, man. The Lord only care about Galatians 6 and 16, man. Israel of the Most High, man. All right, that's all it's all about. Proverbs 1 and 23. Turn you at my reproof. Woo.
Yeah.
Right, and the reproof is the correction. A lot of even other Israelite kids, you got offended instead of humbling yourself and repenting when we were sitting there correcting you on the scriptures. You sat there talking about John the Baptist is out of the truth. You out of your goddamn mind? You want to attack John the Baptist? Now he fell off. He's a weak Jake in the world.
You know what?
So the Lord said, turn you at my reproof. The Lord, and you didn't. You sat there and waxed worse. Instead of saying, you know what, y'all brothers is right. The mark of the beast is the RFID chip. You know, in Revelations, that's you right. We gotta warn Jake. Y'all didn't do all of that. See, that's in Ezekiel, the 13th chapter, the Lord gets at you for not what? And that's why a lot of the people from the other congregation are starting to leave them because they tired of all that song and dance. You were selling fantasy world, man. Oh, ain't nothing gonna happen. Don't worry about it. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Meanwhile, this place is being destroyed right before your eyes, man. Esau don't think that way. You go in the store, you come across Esau, they terrified, man. They terrified. You got Esau sitting up there trying to figure out how they carnal.
That's right.
They trying to get guns and you know how many people they ask me to get them. I don't know why they ask me that shit, right? Ask me to get them fucking guns and shit. Come on, dude, I pay top dollar. I'm first on the list. I should get some water guns and paint them black.
Some water guns.
What's up with it?
You know, some fucking cap guns.
They see that spirit of war.
You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do to me?
This is a real quick scripture.
Yes, sir.
I got one too. This is Zechariah 11 and 17. Right? It says, woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock.
Yeah, and the spirit of, listen, man, I'm gonna bring it back, man. All right, and see, and that's what they don't like, but we teach the truth and we say the facts, man. And all you brothers and the sisters, because there's sisters out there too, right? That's been watching things and that's been supporting and paying attention. You seen the Apostle Paul, how many times he sit up there and say there should be Israelite camps all over the place. Now you got cats coming out the woodworks, but I'm talking about years ago. A lot of people they was dragging their feet. They were the answer to the call. And then when they came out there, they didn't come out there with the right knowledge,
Right
man.
doctrine, man.
The right doctrine. There's only one doctrine, man. And now you got it to the point where a lot of you retards are attacking the doctrine, man. And that's where the issue is, man. All right, because it's far from personal. Really, it's spiritual why we hate you niggas, man. You enemy, like the apostle quoted the scripture, man. All right, in Psalms. All right. You enemies of the Lord, so you goddamn right you an enemy of ours, man.
You gotta go.
James 4 and 4.
And as a matter of fact, Elder, can we pause? Before we can go there,
Yep.
I'm sorry. No, I'm gonna let you bring it up. I want to do something real quick. Let's put up a special curse on ISUPK and General Yohana and all them wicked niggas, right?
All wicked niggas.
Well, right now, primarily this is on ISUPK.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
General Yohana. Because you niggas see, I was watching one video John the Baptist is a bowl of Captain Crunch.
Right, yeah.
That nigga, you nigga, I hope you have a heart attack tonight.
Well, he's about a sandwich away from it.
He's a bowl of Captain Crunch. And I tell you, he's a bowl of Captain Crunch.
Yeah. Tell your big
Niggas,
nigga
man,
woman at the Baptist
fucking
church.
niggas, man.
Yeah.
You listen and do what I tell
And
you.
then nobody has a problem with that. Right?
Nobody gonna
Nah.
But you know what? That's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
Now, Howard Shine said, there's nothing risen greater than John the Baptist.
that's right.
And then when Yahweh Shai came to the earth, John the Baptist baptized him. So the Most High, Yahweh, is going to allow Yahweh Shai to come to the earth and a nigga, a grimy nigga to baptize him. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking motherfucking iceberg slim going back to him.
And niggas still have yet to repent from that neither. I figure nigga will at least repent.
A grimy
And then-
nigga.
And then John the Baptist told his disciples to go follow Yahweh Shai.
He goes a little further. Well, wait a minute. Peter, if I'm not, y'all correct me, John and Peter were they were disciples of John the Baptist first.
What was it?
Or we're going with John and his brother. Some of the disciples that became
Yeah, I
the
forgot.
12,
Looking back which one was.
some of the disciples that became the 12, they was with John
Yeah.
first.
The scriptures tell you that John the Baptist, when Howard Shai came,
Yeah,
that he told some of his followers, said, "That's the man right there.
that's the man.
Go follow him."
Go
Yeah.
follow him.
Yeah.
And they were, you uneducated, man, don't you know that John the Baptist and Aisha were cousins?
That's
Yes.
right.
They were kin.
First cousin.
Go back to the same
They were
lineage.
first cousins. They came from the same lineage. They were kinfolk. Okay? You, man, that's what the Lord gonna kill. We're gonna put this curse up real quick, man. I'll leave it. We're gonna put a curse up, man. All right? Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kusha.
Baba Kusha.
Oh Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Shalak. Rayam.
Rayam.
Ayel.
Ayel.
Lata. Wa'abaja.
Wa'abaja.
Wa'mashapati.
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 Wa'haragi.
Wa'haragi.
Nash.
Wa'nashi.
Nash.
Wa'nashi.
Wa'abaja.
Wa'abaja.
Wa'bal.
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 Harad.
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 Nash.
Aynash.
Call.
Kal.
ISUPK. Unless there are some of the elect
There are some of the elect
that might be amongst them.
that might be amongst them.
But pre-adventure,
Of pre-adventure.
any members of the elect that might be there,
That might be there.
But for the other niggas,
But for the other niggas
that are not of the elect,
that are not of the elect,
that is part
that is part
of
of
ISUPK,
ISUPK,
Harad,
Harad, Harad, Wa'abaja, Wa'mashapati, Wa'haragi, Wa'nashi, Wa'akusha,
Call,
Kal,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Wa,
Wa,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh Shai, Shalak, Rayam,
Ayel,
Ayel, Ata,
General Yohanan,
General Yohanan,
General Yohanan,
General Yohanan,
General
General
Yohanan,
Yohanan,
Nash,
Aynash,
Nash,
Aynash,
Harad,
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 Aita,
Aita, Yamyan, Aita,
Isaiah 1,
Isaiah 1, Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
Water,
the water,
Yad,
Yad,
Wab,
Amon.
And that's scripture.
Okay.
Death curses on you, man.
Look at Timothy.
So
When
it's
there
time.
Hymenius,
Yep.
we
Bring
can
them out.
learn not to blaspheme.
Bring them out, man.
Christ. So back, all right. So still y'all meditate your whole Proverbs still or no?
Oh, okay, yeah. Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 1 and 23.
Yo, get the turn on the meat out of that shit.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and you refused. So that's why I said this ain't a game. The Lord said he called, and you can't say that, you know, because y'all accuse us of stuff. We wasn't starting no trouble. We defended the gospel, man.
Yeah.
All right, we was approving you and correcting you. The scriptures speak about that, man. But
God
the Lord, right? The Lord said you would have none of his reproof because you looked at it. Oh, them old niggas, them grimy niggas, them bummy niggas. They got all them. Y'all sat there and talked. It's all good when y'all was like joking and crap. Some of the shit was most of it was corny. Y'all had about one or two
You
funny.
niggas wasn't even funny, man.
They're looking at it carnally, man. You're not looking at it.
And real talk, man, we can snap on you niggas easier. You fucking
Right.
ISUPK niggas with your Planet of the Apes garments. They're like General Ursus from Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
precept.
Okay, good. Bring them up.
This is Proverbs 24:26. This links up with Psalms where it says, kiss the son lest he be angry with you. This Proverbs 24:26. Every man shall kiss his lips that giveth the right answer. So that's how you, when the Lord said kiss the son, is speaking the right doctrine or the truth, precept upon precept, line upon line. That's why in the scripture said, try the spirit by the spirit. When you read the book of 1 John 4:1, how you try the spirit. It said, whatever a man saith, you're supposed to prove all things, make full proof of that ministry, and prove all things. They tell you in the book of Thessalonians.
And real quick, this is real quick. We just read this one real quick. This is because like to show you that what we did is quoted in the scriptures. Is 1 Timothy's chapter 1 and 1 and 18 to 20. I'm gonna read through real quick. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went on before thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare, holding faith and a good conscience, which some, having put away concerning faith, have made shipwreck, of whom is Hymenaeus and Alexander, whom I have delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme. So the Apostle Paul, he named names, and he said, look, I delivered. What do you think it means when he said he delivered them unto Satan? What do you think that means, man? He put curses on them, man. Yeah. He said, look, man, let Satan deal with these niggas, man. All right, like the Lord told Cain. He said, if you don't do well, then send life at your door. And basically, with your Satan, he can do whatsoever he want with you, man. So we're gonna let Satan. And Satan is on them niggas, man, to the point where they sitting there talking all this fucking wild, wicked ass shit that John the Baptist is not the truth. They got a doctrine that we gonna go around start killing other Israelites and all that. Listen, man, them niggas. That's why the Spirit of the Lord had the apostle put that curse on them, man. And it's scriptural, man, and there's other scriptures as well. All right, go ahead, Slocky.
See, well, you know what? That guy Clumpy did the same thing, but look where he ended up. He's up in the tools guy right now.
Yeah.
He's in the tools guy.
He's probably being raped as we speak.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, sorry, brother. Real quick. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I gotta get it in. Psalms 139 and 20 through 22.
Uh-huh.
It says, for they speak against thee wickedly, and thine enemies take thy name in vain. I talk about mainly starting first with you so-called other Israelite groups, false pastors and preachers and teachers of Israel. It says, do not I hate them, O Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
That's beautiful.
Right? So this is David, this is a psalm of David, who was a man after the Most High's own heart, right? So it says, do not I hate them, O Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, that hate thee.
So that's it's scriptural to hate. Yes, we can hate other Israelite groups.
That hate the Lord.
You niggas with that passive shit, we supposed to be hating other Israelites. No, we can't hate you. It's scriptural. The brother's reading it right. And I quoted it. That was King David. Because King David's enemies, okay, we had the Philistines. Those were our enemies, natural born enemies of the other nations. But King David's real major enemies were Israelites.
A lot of times we're talking about the wicked in the book
of his own house.
Of his
own house. Of the house of David.
Yeah.
Absalom, man.
His own son too.
The other son,
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. Another one. Joab was a man of the Lord. Joab was of the house of David, but even David made an order before he died to have. He told King Solomon, when I die, you take over, kill Joab.
This thing is real, man.
It's real, man.
It's about doing the right thing.
He told Solomon to have Joab killed.
Yes, because
Joab did some flipping.
He killed that.
He killed his brother. He didn't have to. He saw vengeance when he wasn't supposed to.
Right.
But and that's why, like again, we don't get caught. Like it's not that we hate you for fucking no reason. We hate you because you niggas ain't right, man. You enemies of the Lord, man. And if I may say this, I'm gonna say, Shalom to all you apostles, elders, all you brothers on the comment board. And I don't know if y'all can see it, but the brother Jeremiah is spiritual. Like I told him, we was talking about him before the show even started. But he sent this. He said he was trying to post this on the comment board, and it's not letting him post.
Oh, Jeremiah watching?
Yeah,
Hey, Shalom, warrior.
yeah. And I
I
don't.
see you. I see you.
And so I don't know if other brothers is trying to post stuff and you know, he saw. Hey, we in a time where they're gonna be fucking around with the feed. You know, everything is, but so what? You know, it's the word is it don't went out,
It's
and
prophecy.
it's continuing to go out.
And it's prophecy.
It's prophecy.
It's going to be a famine of the
It's
world.
a famine of the world.
It's not written for nothing.
Soaking in one day.
That's right. Soak it in while you can, man.
Yeah.
But I don't read the brother. You
Like
said,
how
Yep.
said.
yeah, that's right.
That's right,
But
man.
the brother did send me the precept he was trying to post, and it's Nehemiah 13:25. And I contended with them and cursed them and smote certain of them and plucked off the hair and made them swear by the Most High, saying, "You should not give your daughters into their sons, nor take their daughters into your sons, or for yourselves." So that's another scripture showing you about Israelites putting a curse on other wicked ass Israelites, man. All right.
Psalms, let me finish these last two.
Yep.
Psalms 139 and 21 says, "Do not I hate them, O Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that hate thee, am not I grieve with those that rise up against thee." Yeah, because we grieve, you know, we grieve by your other false niggas, you sellouts, you Uncle Tom, man. You know, that grieves our spirit, man. It says, "I hate them that with a perfect," let me read that again. "I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies."
Yeah.
So that's showing like this is the vision that the Heavenly Father set up, to the 1/3 separated from the 2/3. You know, anybody that back in the councils when we went to the house of David, you know, years ago, they said, you cannot, one of the decrees they had, you cannot hate the 2/3. Why did they say that? Because they were the 2/3.
That's right.
They were the fucking 2/3, right? You know, the Lord already sanctioned it in Zechariah, and that's one of the basic scriptures when you first come in, the foundation scripture.
Hey, and if I may say, a lot of them niggas, well, I'll give you the rundown. I'll give you the update.
Yes, sir.
Right?
That's it.
One of the main niggas is Nick, that wicked nigga.
Yeah.
The rest of the niggas are back in the world. One nigga, old Billy Goat nigga, he's dead. Okay, he's in the spirit world. A mafia. Okay, you damn right. I said, yeah, because he was wicked.
Wicked ass
And
nigga.
he was the main guy. The 2/3. He was of the 2/3. Old Billy Goat nigga.
Yeah, let's read the judgment.
Okay, a mafia. And I know a mafia. I came up with him back in the days, you know, but he went off, man. See? And then them niggas even told King Marshall he could go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And Nate was a part of that.
That's right. Nate was a part of that.
He was there.
Oh, you other guys from the House of David, the current so-called House of David, Barak and Benjamin, y'all was a part of that.
That's right. Y'all was a part of that too.
That is disrespected King Marshall.
You guys was also a part of King Marshall catching that pneumonia and be put in the grave because
Yeah.
you had all this money that you collected in the school, and all you had to do was replace the man's heater core in his van. Here you got a man who was 70 years old driving around in a van with no heat, and all they had to do was replace the heater core.
Fix the fucking thing.
Yohanabah would have been happy to fix it for me.
At that time, yeah, Elder
That's right.
Yohanabah was a mechanic, a master mechanic.
He'd have took it apart, fixed it.
But he didn't know. Yohanabah didn't.
Right, he didn't know.
Yohanabah didn't know. Apostle Tahar found out,
Right.
and he called Elder Yohanabah at the time. Like, hey, man, yo. But it was already too late, man.
Right.
By that time, Mo,
He already
we
got sick.
call him affectionately, it's called the Mo,
That's right.
King Marshall.
Mhm.
He was already in the hospital by that time, that was it.
That's right. Because of you niggas. You niggas got that blood on your hand. You remember that.
But
You're not gonna forget that.
the most I don't forget nothing, man. And see, just like, you know, which, you know, hey, in the kingdom, you Israelites overall, you know what I'm saying? Because you got everybody talking this unity stuff. And unity stuff ain't gonna happen here.
No.
2/3 of Israel gotta die first,
That's
man.
right.
All right, the only right now, the unity is gonna be amongst the elect of Israel, man.
Yep.
Which at one point they even was fucking with us for saying the elect of Israel.
Yeah.
How wicked could you niggas be? We saying everything that's in the scriptures, man. You know? That's what it is. It's obvious. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know, just for the sake, argument's sake, how the hell you gonna go against what the scriptures say? Although, and it's not it's a rhetorical question, I guess, because I don't really need the answer from these niggas, man. We already know who you are because the scriptures tell you that you know a tree by what? The fruit that it bears, man. So we see the fruit that you bear, man. But nonetheless, it's spiritual because in the kingdom of that, then it's gonna be all good. Because right now, we don't expect none of you, these niggas, they proud, they ain't proud. We don't expect Johanna to come off his high horse and everything. You talking about, I'm sitting up there, I've been in the truth since 1769.
Yeah.
I done seen this happen since the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, you might as well.
Passover got canceled.
He's all proud.
He's proud and shit. He's proud.
He's seasoned in the land.
Seasoned in the land.
That's why I did a video last night. I'm gonna mock you niggas. That's why I did a video last night. When me and the elder was at my house watching the picture, and I did a video right after. I said, he's seasoned the land. I said, fuck it, but you ain't supposed to season the land. So I said,
Not for the
I said,
Passover.
you the video I put up, I said, look, next thing you know, you're gonna get some biscuits from Popeye.
Yeah. Well,
We don't need the unleavened bread, brother. We don't need the unleavened bread.
That's gay. That's gay.
From Popeyes.
They go with his son.
Yeah.
With the jelly and the butter.
Don't forget the
I got
honey.
something real quick, man. This is Micah chapter 3, verse 5. And
Oh,
it's down to 8. Okay, y'all.
You might even got to start at the first verse.
I start at 1. This is Micah chapter 3, verse 1. It says, and I said, hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob. That's the leaders of Jacob.
The leadership. Yep.
And ye princes of the house of Israel, also referring to the leaders.
Right, because you got a lot of guys that want to have these titles, these big, extensive titles, right? Some guys got titles bigger than Yahweh Shai's title, like, bigger than High Priest Ariah. You know what y'all forgot about High Priest Ariah? Y'all forgot about King Masha? No, Apostle Tahar. Y'all got titles, y'all forgot about him? You got the guys that got these super duper titles, exceeding, you know what I'm saying? So you got these titles that you got, but you're not living up to none of those titles, man. All right, because you're not preparing. You didn't prepare Israel.
Nope.
Who's the main ones really talking about the mark of the beast? Apostle Tahar, right? Right, which of course us by default, because we up underneath them. So we learned it, and the spirit was on us. We've been bringing that out, and the other rest of you brothers. And now you see the thing actually coming to fruition.
Bringing
then
out, talking about hard times coming.
Hard-
We were talking about that for years.
Yeah.
We got ridiculed.
Yep.
We got ridiculed. We got
Fearmongers.
fearmongers.
Yep.
We got castrated for teaching that.
But
But
now
you know
you
what?
see it happen.
It's in your ass now.
Right
Now it's in your ass. Okay, now remember, Matthew 12:36. Every man shall give an account for every idle word that they speak. You niggas that talk all of that shit, you did all that mockery, you were making fun of us, guess what? The joke's on you, Jack.
Putting brothers' personal business
Yeah,
out
brothers'
there.
personal business out there.
They defamed us.
The joke is on you.
They called us child molesters.
Kids.
They called us child
Brothers'
molesters.
kids up there.
They defamed us.
The joke's on you, Jack. Remember the old niggas, the old niggas sitting on the couch scripture. Go up, thou bald head. Go up, thou bald head. And then what happened? He turned around and cursed him in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And then 2 she-bears came out the wilderness and tore 42 children into pieces. So remember, that's the old nigga sitting on the couch scriptures.
That's right.
Who said that? That's Sakari.
Sakari
said that, right?
Yeah.
We ain't your goddamn friend, nigga.
No, we ain't
All right.
cool with you.
We ain't cool with
cool, bro.
All right? We remember that shit. And you was a part of that brother getting jumped out there in Seattle, too.
That's
You
right.
Motherfucker. You gonna pay for that, you motherfucker. You gonna pay for that shit, you motherfucker. I don't give a fuck who likes it. You gonna pay for that.
And listen, and at the end of the day, they're being, and like the Apostle Kai said earlier, because we know that there's possibly could be sincere brothers amongst all these groups. So we don't, and we always said that there's elect. We're not sitting there knocking up. If you teach, it's about the doctrine, all right. But at the end of the day, y'all better hurry up and wake the fuck up, man. You got this dude Tazaria. He done came into, he done fell into the limelight because he know better, man.
Yeah.
He know that there's some bullshit. John the Baptist ain't in the truth, but he ain't gonna, he ain't got the book. He done sold his soul to Johanna. You got the other nigga talk about he's Johanna's creation, like Johanna's the Most High. He just formed his ass from some dust from the projects and some, The nigga talk about he's Johanna. I'm Johanna's creation. You
You are Johannes creation.
Yeah, you are.
Mr. Potato.
ABC, another bad creation.
That's right.
Twice
Yeah.
more.
Well, bring that scripture out.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai went into that. They traveled But that's next too.
What was this guy's
You gotta get lands. They're going to plane to go to Africa, go to Europe to convert niggas into their wickedness. Yo, man, Howard Shah. So we're gonna find out who now is the real ministry of Howard Shah. See? But you guys are gonna suffer. You guys, and all you guys in IUIC, yo, Nathan, fuck y'all good, man.
Yep.
Christ.
Oh, what about him with the West Indian cat talking about no, there's no tribulation gonna come to Israel.
Oh yeah.
The destruction's gonna come and they're gonna go right into chariots. Who you call Christ is gonna come back and save everybody. You know, yeah. And the dude, he said no. They said there's gonna be one more tribulation.
Who said that?
It was a West Indian cat he was going at it with, but the dude was like a Christian dude, but he was on point. He kept quoting. Daniel's 12:1 said Israel's gonna go through another tribulation before they're saved.
That's your honor, man.
Yes.
So,
you know what?
His last thing, he said the same thing. Ain't nothing coming. I seen everything. This ain't nothing. Niggas die every day in the projects. This ain't shit.
Yeah.
So basically, he's telling them, don't worry that the coronavirus ain't nothing. Calm down. Ain't shit gonna happen.
And you don't know the
Get
enemy.
ready for the Passover.
I gotta read this. I gotta read this, Sister Shaw. Speaking about what you just those words right now, I gotta read this. Jeremiah 17 verses 14 down to 18. It says, "Heal me, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved, for thou art my praise. Behold, they say unto me, where is the word of the Lord? Let it come now." They were saying that to us for years, right? Now, as for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor. We were pastors. We were doing what? Feeding the flock. We were feeding them with the right food, with the right nourishment. We were giving them the harshness and the roughness of this truth as well as the good. Right? As a shepherd. We were telling them about hard times that's coming, preparing them for them, mentally preparing them for it, to get their spirit together to deal with it. We were telling them that for years.
Yeah.
It says, as for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee, neither have I desired the woeful day. Thou knowest that which came out of my lips was right before thee. We taught them the right thing, but niggas took it and did what? They took it and flipped it and corrupted it and did all kind of things with it, but that's all right. Verse 17, be not a terror unto me, thou art my hope in the day of evil. So Jeremiah is saying, look, be not a terror unto me, be my hope in the day of evil. We're in the day of evil right now.
And the Lord's gonna be our hope.
Now, to the rest of you that didn't heed these words, right? That didn't heed these wholesome words, this is for you. Verse 18, let them, you niggas, let them be confounded that persecute me, but let not me be confounded. Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed. Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction. So what you got to say? That's a curse on you. Hey, like Apostle Charles in the back going like this. There's a curse on you, Salat, Ryan, Wabadju. That's a curse on you niggas. Are you niggas?
Hey, well, wait a minute. Did not Yahushua curse that fig tree?
That's right.
All right. And you think that what you think that was all about? Yeah. All right. And at the end of the day, you niggas ain't bearing no fruit, man. The fruit y'all bearing is some fucking sour fruit, man.
Yeah. Jeremiah said, curse be they that do the work of the Lord deceitfully.
That's right. Like a slugger. Okay. Okay. I done.
I got my
I bet go for it.
Your two blood clot hot ears. And my man said, you two blood clot hot ears. That's your brother, man.
Yeah. Hard to hear.
Yeah, I got Micah. I'll just jump to the point. So, this is Micah 3 and 5. It says, thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry peace. Right? Now, I'm talking about the first person that comes to my mind is General Yohanan. Because he did a live stream a couple days ago from some unknown location, a remote location, some bunker somewhere, who the fuck knows where. And basically, he's telling his congregation, don't worry about what's going on now, ain't nothing bad.
He's a Judas goat.
He's a Judas. He's setting y'all up for the kill, man.
Hey, you remember how long that video was? 8 minutes and 44 seconds.
John
8:44. Yep.
Also, Roundup said that.
Yeah.
So it says that make my people err, right? Anal sex and
yeah, I was watching the video. He said it's okay to pop your woman up the butt. He said it's okay to get a BJ on the Sabbath. Well, you know, Yeshaya said that years ago, but Yohanan confirmed it. Like on the Sabbath, it's okay for your woman to be, you can't have sex, but she can give you a blowjob, though.
But all this stuff that they talking about, you sit up there rocking, say, don't worry, I done seen this happen plenty of times. You're not saying, I done lived through the storm. I don't remember this done happen. I remember when Rosa Parks first got on the bus.
Nigga, you don't remember that shit. You lying.
No, you ain't saying that. But he might as well say,
What about the Daniel?
You might as well say,
I've never been before.
right, that's right. That's right. But the thing is, you talk about all this smooth, sweet, don't worry about. Meanwhile, right, what? I'm not about to say it. He's not preparing it. But you should be saying, hey, look, brothers, look, we said what we said about GMS, but Apostle Tahar is right. He's right.
Can I read this real quick?
They all gonna come with the mark of the beast. All right? He ain't even telling them niggas about it. He ain't telling them. Yeah. Look at the shades. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Isaiah 56 and 10. It says his watchmen are blind.
Yeah.
Watchmen is
Okay,
supposed to be the representative of the true prophets. You know, you got false prophets and you got true prophets. The true prophets are out there warning the people, or warning the sheep.
okay.
The true shepherd warning the sheep of what's to come. You got the false watchmen. They concerned with their own bellies. So it says his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. Meaning the word ignorant means they don't know. You know.
He said blind. Was blind. They don't see what the wolf is coming.
Yeah.
That big bad wolf, aka Esau and other nations, the new world order is coming. It's here.
They're here.
You know it's here. But and then that warning their people. The Lord said, "Oh, Israel, thy prophets are like foxes. They have not gone up and closed the gaps and built the hedge for prepare for battle." This is wartime. You hear them talking about having festivities, season of the lamb. It's the time that when stuff is hey. And at the same time, you might have ATF or mercenaries right outside that hall where they haul all the asses in the concentration
Wait a
camp.
minute, group gathering. That's a hell of more than 50 people.
Well, Trump already said, but you know, Trump say they'll be locked out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Maybe by Monday or Tuesday.
but they're blind.
Yohanan knows go. See, it makes sense. Yohanan will tell him, oh, look, brother, come to the Passover. Yeah, but wait a minute. The white man said we can only, I don't care, come. Yohanan said,
I'm commanding all of y'all.
he said, commanding y'all.
He
So
said,
I'm
commanding y'all.
go to the Passover. You're gonna go to Yohanan's Passover, and the ATF will be right out there, the stormtroopers, the workers, and they're gonna haul all y'all right in the trucks.
Hey, because they
Like in that movie, The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah,
They're 501c3, so
Yeah.
the government's been
You
doing
have to comply.
finding and shutting down 501c3 organizations
Yes, right.
that are congregating.
And they're gonna tighten it up. Because look, if you got one of those, you know who the softest nation on the earth is, right? The softest nation, the soft bodies is them damn Edomites, man. All right? That's the softest nation on the planet. Not saying that they might not be no rough ones up, which is probably Jake's. Not saying that. But I'm saying, yeah, you know, everybody know that they soft. You know, they lightweight. You got even them, and for they beating niggas' asses that are outside in the streets. They got a bamboo stick whipping niggas in the ass and smacking you in the face, making you do push-ups, fucking people up. So if they institute the curfew and everything, you think, and them are soft niggas.
Yeah.
You think these
Hey,
fucking,
but they used to be hard though.
that's the power of both sides.
And Asian one, they were the hardest.
And I think they just probably hide. I don't know. This hard. I mean, the both sides is powerful.
You really brought them down.
But the point being, you know, the point being, not straying from the point. You don't think that these motherfuckers is gonna start fucking people up,
Of course they are.
snatching them out of their car? And if you have it, and remember, you should bring up from that old documentary. One of their slogans is "Expect no mercy." So when they start sitting there saying, "Oh, where you come from?" I came from the store. No, you have a New York out-of-town license plate. You got to come with us. What do you mean? No, they stay here. They're gonna separate you. Second Ezra's the 16th chapter, man.
Yeah.
These things are happening, man. Who's reading?
His watchmen are blind.
Uh-huh.
They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs.
Oh, wait.
I want to make
Okay,
some ignorant. Because Yahweh Bashini outside the spirit of the Lord is not dealing with them.
Period.
So they
man.
don't have no understanding at all.
The only thing they thinking about is your fucking money. Even, like I said, we was talking about it. Even that dude Peter Popoff, y'all seen that video, right?
Oh, man, he's still alive.
I got sick. He's still alive. I think it's Peter Popoff. Maybe it's his cousin. I don't know what it is. He said, look, he said you quarantine, so you think you don't have to send your tights. He said you better drop it up, run down to the church and stick it up under the door. You better send your tights. Keep sending. He was cursing the niggas out, man.
And they're gonna do that.
You know, he's cursing them out. You know,
terrified.
here it is. You got the world coming to an end. Everything's quarantined. All them niggas care about is your fucking money. They don't care about your well-being. Right. They don't care about if you're good and whatever. But see, the Lord is making all these things manifest, man. This is like a plethora of destruction that's being served, man. There's a whole lot of people that's getting exposed. The truth is coming out, man. And that's why the scriptures say that in the last days, the truth shall flourish, right? So that's what's happening, man. The truth is flourishing. The Lord, this is the Lord's word. This ain't our word, man. We didn't make this up. The Lord put His Spirit on us and have us, read these scriptures and break them down and say what we got to say. And we've been telling y'all, but y'all been doubting. Y'all been, talking this shit, side to mocking, scoffing. Now, where's all the scoffing at now? Ain't too much scoffing now.
You see it playing out.
Yeah.
Sponsors upload a video there. Now they got robots.
Oh, yes. I seen it. They got it.
They've been doing it. Canada was doing it. Remember they said go home.
In Italy, they're doing it too.
With the drones in Italy.
That was predicted programming.
And they got land drones too.
So guess what? If anybody know anybody that's in Italy, I got word that they're over there. These are the regular people, the doctors and everything. They're going there trying to find ammunition and everything. Basically, they starting to loot over there. You see, this is all. Remember, they had a movie called The Belko Experiment.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
Remember that, right? You know, it's heavy. Yeah, yep. That's what this is. This is a Belko experiment.
In the Belko Experiment, when you watch that movie, the icon was the eye of a serpent or of a dragon. So if you watched it, it was a serpent's eye. And the legislations that's coming in are called draconian legislations, which means cruel.
Yep. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, we've been telling y'all for years. According to the scriptures, that Esau's the devil. Yep. See, y'all thought it was just a catchphrase because these niggas in the world, these rappers, white man's the devil. What? This is not a catchphrase. It's the truth. It's true. And we've been saying this for the longest time. He's gonna show his horns. Like Hellboy. He's gonna show his horns like Hellboy. Hellboy.
He cut the horns off, but then they grew back.
You were father, but they would grow back.
Yeah.
Hellboy. The white man is a Hellboy, man.
You said draconian, right?
Yeah.
This is an article from Zero Head. It says this is talking about over there in
Italy.
I think Italy. Yeah. It says citizens who refuse to be tested for the coronavirus will face fines and potential prison time, and will be prevented from entering shops, grocery stores, public institutions, and hospitals.
Concentration camp.
While also being restricted from using public transportation.
Oh,
all right. As well as enforcing quarantine measures, the law also allows for the authorities to force people to be vaccinated, even though there is currently no vaccination for the virus.
That means indefinitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you look up vaccination, just before you finish that, you look up the health ranger. My man came out with a video, and this is an Edomite. He was bringing out as soon as, especially Israelite boys, as soon as they get vaccinated, he said within 48 hours, they could be permanently brain damaged for life.
Yeah.
For life. So the vaccinations ain't nothing but a damn inoculation of death.
It's poison.
Yeah.
It's poison.
Yeah.
So it says the new measures were certainly the most extreme since the Second World War. It says, let me read that again. The new measures were certainly the most extreme since the Second World War. The initial draft of the law was even more draconian and would have allowed police to enter private homes without a warrant if there was a suspicion of a coronavirus infection.
That's martial law.
Look at that. Of a coronavirus infection. Now check this out. This is from the Bloomberg report. Rhode Island police to hunt down New Yorkers seeking refuge. It says cars stopped, homes to be checked to enforce quarantines.
Yeah, they're going in the houses.
Officers halt cars on the interstate. So on the highway, they're gonna pull your ass over. On the highway, you could be going 70 miles an hour. They're gonna flag your ass over, and then they're gonna check your ass at a checkpoint. Now it says here.
The other thing about that too is that they're going into people's houses.
Yeah.
Door by door.
I heard that they checking dumpsters.
Big,
That they checking dumpsters in the back of buildings, in the back of businesses.
But they going,
People hiding in there.
but going into people's houses.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, well, no, we heard somebody from New York is in your house.
Yeah. Yeah, they got, hey, well, this is, what was that? V for Vendetta. And that's go back to neo-Nazi or the Hitler's regime. The Nazis was going to house, going in New World Order. And remember, this same logo was a skull and bones, just like the presidents or the people that rule this country.
Yep. I'm gonna read a little bit more. It says, right now we have a pinpointed risk. Governor Gina Raimondo said, who's the governor of Rhode Island. That risk is called New York City. So then it goes on down here to say, just real quick, I'm gonna read this. It says, many New Yorkers have summer houses in Rhode Island, especially in Tony Newport.
Yep.
And the governor said the authorities will be checking there. So they're gonna be going to those homes, going in them doors to check if your New York ass is over in there. And then they're gonna spelling you out.
They don't even matter. It don't even matter if you got somebody from New York there. They could use that just as a fucking
everybody.
It's gonna be
no,
out of
as an
state
excuse
plates.
just to go inside your house.
It's gonna be out of state plates, period.
Because you gotta remember,
you got Rhode Island plates and you in Connecticut, they gonna, because remember, they don't want to, you know what I'm saying?
and then it's something too.
Close the borders. That's the close the borders. It don't like New York, they're using it as the catalyst.
Yeah,
right.
But if you got Chicago plates and you in New York, you got like if you got out of state plates,
absolutely.
They're gonna pull you over.
Hey, and check. And remember,
and you know what? I got New York plates on my truck, but I don't give a fuck because I got faith in the Lord.
It's about faith at the end of the day. But now remember this: in martial law, they don't need no fucking warrant to go inside your house. Exactly. That's out the window. They can seize whatever. Yeah, exactly.
And we told them Trump ain't leaving office.
Yeah.
The elections, you don't hear about suspended. Elections are suspended.
Yeah, we said he's going to do something, either get assassinated or do something. To where he becomes king.
I got the executive orders.
He ain't leaving. Trump ain't
Yeah,
leaving.
you're national. You can't do elections as suspended.
Because they haven't talked about the elections no more.
No, because they're irrelevant.
Second entrance shot.
Oh, and to show you the bullshit, they just now Cuomo just suspended with the primaries in New York or whatever. But why the hell they didn't suspend it? They still had the dummies saying this, showing you that this thing is a joke, man. The smoke and mirrors, man.
Second entrance shot 15 verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Yep. We've been bringing that scripture out for years, man.
And now it's happening, man. That's according to Trump. We was listening to it earlier. Y'all heard it. Trump said that, and he said he's thinking about enacting it today. He was trying to be, but he's falling off, man, because he was saying some. It didn't really make no sense. He's following orders. But yeah, of course he's following orders. Yeah. But like the way he was saying it, he was like tripping up over his double speak, his double talking. He said we don't want to use it, but we might probably gonna use it today. Yeah. What the fuck? That means you're gonna use it today. That's right. I said, yeah, we're hoping we don't have to use it, so we'll probably end up using it today. Wow. You sitting there because they look. It's to the point now. They just gonna come straight out and tell you what they doing. They ain't gonna hide it no more. Say, oh shit, shit. Yeah. Hey, this thing, this online, people been going back to this book. See, and the thing is, they know that people are woke. Even people that's just regular motherfuckers in the world are starting to wake up. Everybody's realizing that, wait a minute, this government is foul, man. They've been doing some ill shit. And the thing is, all these other different movies and these Netflix series, what do you think people at home watching? The ones that got the heart to do it. Because some people ain't even got the heart. Some people are still
they don't watch it, it ain't gonna happen.
Right, but you got people like watch it. Like these are #1 movies on the internet.
Oh yeah.
Contagion, Pandemic. These books, Outbreak books, like they've been talking all about William Cooper on the internet now. But at one time, if you mentioned these things, it was a conspiracy. They looked at you like you was fucking out of your mind. This kingdom's going down, man.
Great state where they killed that dude.
Right, it made a bullshit. Yeah.
But the original version.
Wait, what happened to Asher? Any of y'all ever seen Asher?
The movie never came out.
What happened to Asher? See, and again, that goes to prove that This is the Lord's doing in His time. Because for the longest, we've been waiting. Apostle Ricard was giving like a chronological history of shit that transpired going into 2000 up into this present date. And we sit there, because see, everything is a blur with us because we pressing forward like the scriptures say, right, towards the mark. But if you actually sit there and you know how they got the thing called a timeline, that's what pretty much in the spirit, that's what the apostle was doing earlier. If you look at the prophetic timeline, there were a whole lot of shit's happened from going into the year 2000, you know, into this point, man. You know what I'm saying? 20-year period, right? So it's a lot of things that are happening now. We're at the very end of it, man, and this is beautiful, man.
You know, it's like every hour on the hour, something's popping off.
Yeah.
I'm getting updates like every other hour. It's like I'll quote the brother Malcolm. It's like 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter is walking off the pages.
Yeah.
So he did a video where he had said that. So I shout him out.
Yeah. That's right. But it's true, but we got this app here called Newsbreak, and I was going crazy. Yeah, but just now, because we're in CT over here, over there in Ridgefield, Connecticut, which is a border town of. And I hate Ridgefield. Yeah, which is they call it Connecticut's #1 town because ain't no niggas live there.
And I got some nigga cousins that just moved there.
Oh yeah. Oh, you don't live there.
The worst part of the town.
That nigga, that actor Esposito, that mother. That dude. Yeah, he live over there. But anyway, they just made because they're on the border of New York State. All right. They're telling New York State because people from New York State will come in there and go dining and go shopping. They said, look, don't come here unless you do a 2-week quarantine. So this shit is real. People, the average asshole here, they're ready to kill each other.
Oh yeah.
If you go into a public place, you go, they're ready to jump on you and beat you up, kill you. Well, it's not kidding. Like my dad was breaking news.
I said they beat up somebody.
Yeah, on the bus. It was you can see it in the New York Post. They beat the shit out of it. And my thing is, this shit is real. You know what's stupid about that? Man, I mean, we can break down the stupidity of these people. Yeah. That's because they believe in whatever in the scriptures tell you that.
Whatever the white man said.
Whatever the white man said. Exactly. And then the scriptures say the simple believe in every word.
Yep.
Because if somebody cough, and if you sit there and beat their ass, don't you think if you ain't get it by the cough, you touch them. You touch them. You definitely got it now.
Yeah.
You get the Rona definitely on your ass.
That's not 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
It's not.
So if anything, if you was that concerned, you should get the hell away from the cough.
Right.
Yeah. That's somebody that beat about motherfucker. Yeah.
You're gonna get this.
Man, it be fucking 5 people you come across. Just distance myself, man.
Yeah, people snitching on each other. Yo, I think you got more than 5 people in this apartment, officer.
Yeah.
You know, so hey,
and then Apostle Ron, yeah, that's another thing. You know, Apostle Ron said he in the store. He said he didn't see the sign. He got 2 bottles of water. He said some old, some nigga woman gonna fuck with him. So,
you can't buy 2 bags.
Yeah, you're only supposed to get 1.
Hey, mind your business.
Hey, time is gonna come when
you not niggas go. Mind your business, bitch. And they gonna be fighting in the grocery store like that too. And nigga woman with the 2 crackers over toilet tissue.
Yep.
You not heathens. You not niggas are, and niggas are bitches. So you know they can't hold their mouth. They gonna sit there and snap too. A lot of sassiness.
It's gonna be
Remember those ads they put up a few years back? See something, say something. So they indoctrinated you people to tell on each other. So you're like citizen police, but you're citizen snitches. That's it.
Yeah,
that's for the devil. Snitches.
And snitches just get
Yeah, that's right.
So,
but then it's going to the Lord going to allow certain people to kill some of these snitches. Somebody gonna snitch on somebody, and then the Lord gonna let it where a word or
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Shit. What they call this? The information age. It don't take much, and then when you do snitch, they even got paperwork, and they'll be on these damn social media killing each other, man.
Yeah, but I just want to.
that's beautiful for you, man. That's beautiful, man.
Real quick into these executive orders because Trump had a speech last week where he mentioned FEMA, all right, which is the Federal Emergency Management Agency, right? And this book details that decades ago. It says now the only thing that has to happen for FEMA to be able to implement all the executive orders, emergency executive orders, is for the president, which now is Trump, to declare a national emergency of any type, right? So this is a national emergency. They're locking down whole states, man. All right? It says, as long as it's a national emergency. So this is Executive Order 10995 provides for the takeover, which means the government takeover of communications media. That means all your television stations, all your cell phone companies, all your internet companies, all your radio companies.
Yep.
All right. Executive Order 100997 provides for the takeover of all electric, power, petroleum, gas, fuels, and minerals.
Right. Yeah.
What's that movie? I was gonna say, what's that movie? Atlas Shrugged, Part 2.
Atlas Shrugged, yeah.
Everything was given to the government. Executive order. Everything belongs to the government.
And during the Obama administration, he signed the NDRP, which is basically detailing everything his brother's reading in that book, The Pale Horse. The NDRP, when you go down to Section 8 of the National Defense Resources Preparedness, it says that in it. The government takes control of all water sources, whether it's well water, the water that comes in from the city, well water. If you have a well on, they take control of that. They take control of potting soil. They take control of all seeds. Even if you buy seeds from Home Depot, you got the receipt. You buy potting soil, mulch. The government takes control of that. They take control of all public and private transportation. That means all vehicles. That means the city bus.
Well, look at what Trump did. You got Ford, right? Ford is an auto. They make cars.
They make cars. Yeah.
He said, look, y'all don't make these fucking medical parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, ventilators and masks.
Yeah.
So stack you up.
Yeah. So he basically took over.
Yeah. And that's why it's called the American Dream.
Feudalism.
Yeah.
Feudalism. It's a feudal society.
Yep.
That's it real quick. Yeah, and another thing too, like, all right, right now the whole concentration is on coronavirus. Don't forget the economy backlash for this whole thing.
That's right.
Ain't nobody working. Nothing is moving right now.
That's right.
For the past few weeks.
So wait a minute. So how did
The
the
trains are empty.
How did the Dow soar?
They're playing games. They're playing games on you idiots out there. Y'all probably like, oh, see, we all right.
Oh,
You think you're in a good case.
For the stimulus, where are they getting all this money, so-called money from?
They put it up.
They printed out of thin air.
No, but hold on. You know what's even better than that? When you indebted to somebody, who do you owe?
Yeah.
The international bankers. That's why in that movie, what's that movie? The Purge. They always had the term that newfounding father. The newfounding fathers, meaning the international bankers, going to foreclose on this horse and take over.
That's the secret government.
Another thing, you remember the movie Batman Begins?
Batman Begins.
You had the League of Shadows. He broke it down to Bruce Wayne. He said, look, we have many different weapons, and we came up with a new weapon called economics. Yeah, exactly.
So, that's Hydra. So now, since the brothers may mention that, I want to read something from this book called Satan's Angels
Okay,
Exposed.
the guns is out.
This book was, I think the first publishing of this was 1980. So now Salem Kerman has a chapter in here on page, starts on page 175. It's called The Money Manipulators' Greed for Power. You can see me in the camera. You can see me. The Money Manipulators' Greed for Power. So now I'm going to go to page 187. It says here, Howard J. Ruff, an economic analyst, sees in the near future. Now remember, this is 1980. So the near future was the 80s at that time. Sees in the near future, one, exploding inflation, which we've been experiencing that, especially since 2000. Gas prices got up to damn near $5 at a point.
Yep.
We was paying $5 a gallon. Now the prices kind of dropped down to under $3, but now it's going down to like $2.50 or something like that.
Man, this done
So today,
$2.
Well, for the regular, but I'm talking about the premium. Right? The premium. But number two, price controls. Where they put a lock on all the prices and everything now because of the coronavirus situation, right? Number three, a collapse of all private as well as government pension programs. For years, there's been arguments going on, especially with the firefighters and the policemen, about them losing their pensions. The city or the state wanting to restructure how they're going to deal with their pensions in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and they're all abroad in America. All right, with the pensions, right? Now, number five, vastly more government regulation to control your life. Ain't we dealing with that right now? Hey, no more than 10 people. Now they're saying no more than 5 people in the crowd right now, right?
Now no more than 2, unless in New York it's 10 people if it's a religious gathering. Connecticut, I believe, is 5. If it's a religious gathering, it can be 5 people. So they just keep dwindling the numbers. But listen, we want you guys to stay inside your house. Mandatory 14 days. That's government control. I'm gonna read it again. Number 4. Number 5. Vastly more government regulation to control your life. Now, number 6, this is the big one. Like there's a big rat in the street. This is the big one. An international monetary holocaust, which will sweep all paper currency down the drain and turn the world upside down. Which is what? The coronavirus. Because off of this, nobody can do no business. All the markets are closed. So what's happening? Basically, it's gonna get swept under, and they're gonna come with that new form of exchange, which is what? The chip.
We got something for you.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
And that's called the RFID microchip. These niggas the highest we became that chip.
It's talking about Christianity.
Literally, I'm gonna do another video. Look, y'all can take that. Can't forget Nate too. Don't listen, Nate. Nate, literally, Bubble Eyes, Blackfish, all them Israelite leaders, they don't say, look, don't listen to GMS and Tahar.
Right.
Y'all can take the chip. That's not the mother of the beast. Y'all gotta survive. You brothers gotta feed your families.
Right.
They will.
Well, and before you read that, like Apostle Kai said, now General Yohanan is always saying the mark of the beast is Christianity. He got all his Bible goons saying, look, it's Christianity. Well, there was a guy who called in to your radio show, which was Captain Tazariak.
Yeah, I saw that video the other day.
And he's put up the charter, and it says on the charter that you guys are a Christian group. So that means you got the mark of the beast. On your charter, the ICPK charter, it says that you guys are Christian.
I saw that video.
501c3.
It says on it that you are Christian. So wait a minute, if Christianity is the mark of the beast, your whole fucking ICPK got the mark of the beast.
Damn. You got
So basically, y'all got the mark of the
your
beast.
own mouth.
Y'all have the mark.
And you want everybody else to get the mark of the
And
beast.
Captain Cesare didn't know how to answer the dude.
No, he couldn't answer.
What? I don't know.
Why, Yana didn't tell you?
Yohanan didn't tell you?
Slowly.
Brother. Oh,
Yeah, I said this all y'all, but you was talking about the economic collapse, right?
Right.
Which is what everybody's missing because the coronavirus is really a distraction.
Exactly.
for something greater, which is
And it's but it's good because they use a vehicle,
of course.
for them to execute. That's heavy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you got that heavy article,
Yeah.
but that's heavy just to dwell on that point, though, man. Because
I'll read it again.
you know we actually see it. You know, before you sit there, you know, people be wondering like, well, how's the chip going?
How's it gonna unfold?
How's it gonna unfold? You seeing it, and then now brothers is backing it up because we told you for the longest this was a part of their agenda. Go Micah the 2nd chapter and tell you how they was always sitting there going, you know, meeting at night. They not going to bed until they come up with a plan of how to fuck people over.
Diligent search.
The diligent search, and what that does is that gets rid of the fucking middle class.
Yeah.
Now it's just rich and poor.
Hell yeah.
Which we're speaking about with Apostle Rambla, you know, which Spirit had us make a good point. That's the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
That's the prophecy of getting rid of the middle class. When you read in the scriptures, it don't say nothing about the middle class. It says
Strong,
rich
and poor, free and bond.
rich and poor. There's no in between. No, you know what I'm saying? It's either you in rulership or you at the fucking bottom.
And it's a big gap because the rich are the Fortune 500 and above.
Yeah.
And the middle class, like you talking about the New Yorkers, they got houses in fucking Rhode Island, summer houses. You gotta have some dope. First of all, rent in New York is still got a roof. Then you got a summer house. So that means middle class to the rich. Them motherfuckers ain't none either. So they got a little bit of dope time, make 100,000 a year, 200, maybe 300,000, but they gonna get wiped out also. You know, I don't know if y'all seen that video that whole Madonna did. She's talking about the coronavirus. It's an equal. It brings everybody to an equal level, which is true. And in that time, Esau, Jake, all gonna be on an equal playing field because everybody's there for survival. And that's what the scripture said. Then it should be doing more for children. And that's when the race war is gonna happen because Jake is gonna run up to the houses And it's gonna be an all-out war. They got guns.
They got guns, but Esau, like, look, remember years ago we was talking about how Esau got their children at the shooting range and everything?
Yep.
And the nigga woman got their daughters out there twerking.
Remember that shit on Facebook? Yeah, the Edomites teaching their little daughters how to shoot, and then the niggas, they got them twerking.
Yeah.
I had about to put a comment. I got dumb niggas. You dumb, stupid nigga.
Right.
But then the nigga woman, excuse that, your child.
Yeah.
But you have your child twerk.
Yeah.
You niggas, that's why y'all gonna die. You niggas are gonna die.
Yeah, if I can just bring this article out,
Faggot
because
ass.
this is gonna be especially among Esau, right? Now, Trump said, you can't see it, but this is what Trump said, right? It's speaking about the economic collapse.
Yep.
During a Monday evening press briefing, Trump said that deaths caused by a poor economy definitely will be far in greater numbers than the deaths caused by the coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
Right? And the headline of the article is Trump says there will be suicides by the thousands
Oh,
if
yeah.
the U.S. coronavirus
Oh, yeah.
shutdown continues.
But now check this out. And it started too.
Yep.
Right? Y'all brothers, I don't know if y'all seen the show or not. There was an article, one of them crackers in Midtown up there in the tribe, what do you call it, Tribeca?
Jump out of the train.
He jumped out of the fucking, what was it, the 16th floor?
Yeah.
Landed right in the courtyard.
Yeah.
Like an Edomite pancake.
Well, that was back in the 30s.
You know,
The president game
it's the same
the
thing.
Edomites were killing each other.
Because guess what? And the scriptures say, what's that, Revelation? It says, so one woe is past,
Behold, see how the third world coming.
the third woe cometh quickly.
Yeah.
Right? Which is what? World War III. And that's overall, which is, we're in the middle of, man. The beginning stages of that. And the thing is, they said that, look, they canceled the Olympics. They said the only time that
Yeah, but that's how you know.
And where were the
Yeah.
Olympics are supposed to be?
The St. Patty's
Right.
Parade, the Olympics.
But now,
So you know, it's not
Yeah.
going back to normal.
But now they said the Olympics, right? And like the Elder Abad said, the Olympics were supposed to be in China. Let's see,
Japan.
Or Japan.
Japan.
Okay. Okay, I thought it was China. Okay, Slock.
Anybody looks like that.
Yeah. But now, you know the only time that they ever canceled the Olympics? It's fucking World War II. That's the only time. Through all the other shit that happened, the Olympics never got canceled. So this is the only. So that gives you a glimpse or a sign of, and the scriptures say, the third woe cometh quickly. Right in Revelations, the third woe cometh quickly. You know.
And the brother, like Apostle, what God just brought up, St. Patty's Day, was never canceled in his whole
258 years.
258
That's
years.
recorded, motherfucker, was a country.
Going back and forth, damn near go back to slavery time. They never canceled. Yeah.
Brother, that's going back to
That's a tradition.
pre-Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
That's a tradition from
258 years, 1776. How many years ago?
1776.
200, 1976. 1976 made it 200 plus 40.
240. Yeah.
Okay, so the St. Patty's Parade, they were having that before,
In the 1700s. Yeah.
since maybe late.
No, 1700s, bro.
Okay, early, well,
Yeah.
before the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Remember, this was basically, that parade goes back to when this was still a colony of England.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. When it was still a colony,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't even America yet.
Yeah. Now this is serious, man. If I can read this real quick, I mean we quoted it, but just to read it. Revelations 11:4. No, wait, hold up. 14. Yeah. 11:14. What? It said the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Look at that.
See, so World War II happened. Now we in World War III. All right, and that's why things are getting so serious, because why? Now you got to remember those nuclear missiles and all the arsenal as well. See, there's a lot of things that are in place that's about to unfold. All right, he's dealing with the famine, dealing with the stock market crashes. He's dealing with them coming up into people's houses, taking them out of their houses. The martial
And
law.
we've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
They're gonna send the troopers, they're gonna come in your house, they're gonna pull you out.
Yeah.
Your Spider-Man pajamas.
Separate.
Spirit had to give me a little revelation today, right? Now you know that they're gonna bring the RFID microchip, right? Now you know that came from who? IBM. IBM came out. What's yours? The scientists from Germany, right?
Right.
Now, who's a new scientist gonna bring the new chip? is Bill Gates. Bill Gates is bringing a new chip because remember they're saying for the vaccine they want to do a digital
ID.
digital ID, which is a chip that they put in your hand. So they're using the same. They're going back to them same that same that same formula where they're going to the motherfuckers that control the computers. Those are their scientists, their think tanks and their scientists.
Yep. And
And
they
so,
think the algorithms and all that.
yeah, man. So it's
Yeah, remember that World War II was a test run. Remember they stamped them. They had the
tabular system. I call it.
The five, they had that 5-digit number on their arm.
Yep.
They call it the Jew tattoo or whatever you want to call it that.
That was a tabular system.
Yeah,
That was an ancient RFID.
And the pre.
Now remember Terminator before the Judgment Day. Remember Reese was breaking it down to Sarah Connor. She said, "Listen, they destroyed most of the people, but they kept some of us from slaves, and they tagged us."
That's the 500 million.
Yeah, see.
Maintain 500 million. Maintain humanity at 500 million. And then Reese showed it because he had the barcode on his right forearm.
Yeah.
He showed it in the car. He showed him and said, "This they tagged this on us."
It's called ID 2020.
So
that's the thing that Bill Gates.
So see, you thought we was bullshitting every time we referred to these movies about things that they're doing because they put in the movies things that they want to do in the future. They put it in the movies, predictive programming.
And it's for the insiders.
And the Lord actually knows what's going to happen in this work, overall.
But good. But all you guys that made fun of us, you niggas on Star Wars and Terminator.
It's all right.
LOL, right?
Going to them that laugh.
Whatever word on there. You know what you guys had now?
You don't really hear the stuff too much.
Hey, I'll tell you this, LOL. Make sure you check your temperature, nigga.
Hey, this is one for the conspiracy theorists, right? This is Proverbs 8:12. It says, "I wisdom dwell with the prudence." That wisdom is the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. And I find out knowledge of witty inventions.
Go into it right now.
Read that again?
Yep. It says Proverbs 8:12. It said, "I wisdom dwell with prudence and find out the knowledge of witty inventions."
The knowledge of witty inventions.
I got
these witty inventions. You said it was the tabulator.
Tabular system.
They had, I think, another name for it. I think they called it the Holorinth. The Holorinth business machine, which IBM, which that tabulator, I think it was called the Holorinth.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was called, and they used that 5-digit number told the age of the person, their weight, and their ability to be able to do labor. So that 5-digit number meant all of that on their arm, on the so-called Jews, the Jew tattoo.
Yep.
During World War II.
Yeah. I got one after him. Oh, good. The second Corinthians 2:11 says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, but we are not ignorant of his devices."
And so we pick up these things in these movies that these elites are putting out there. This is another thing with these different books that insiders spill the beans. How the things that Esau searched out, because people who are on the inside spill the beans.
Yeah. And not just this book. You have a videotape or audio tape called the John Todd Confessions. Where he dropped. It's other things too. We have those comics. Dealing with the prophet. Going into
I forgot the name of those prophets.
It was called the prophet, right?
I think it was called Chick Publications.
Chick Publications.
Chick Publications, right? The Force, the Prophet.
Yep.
The Pale Horse.
Roman Catholic Church.
Going into the Catholic Church.
But I got a quick piece of but the Lord gave us the insight to see into those things. Gave us the revelations and understanding of those mysteries. This is Isaiah 54:17 says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
That's right.
And every tongue that
the men of the Lord.
And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn."
And that's why we condemning your asses.
The scoffers.
That's right.
You other wicked Israelites, all y'all talked about us. That's why I said, fuck, we're just going to curse everybody out now.
We ain't looking to be your goddamn friend, all right?
Our power is working for us. Man.
You can go and do your 8-watt video, your exposed video. Fuck you, Sakari. Go and do a 20-watt exposed video on each one of us. The Lord is about to fucking clip your wings, man.
You want to expose them?
Yeah.
Hey, well, there's a lot of
a lot of these guys, and you get Isaiah the 30th chapter. A lot of these Israelites, they really don't want the end to come. They don't want these sorts of. You got a lot of these guys that are doing good, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See us, we catching hell. We want to fuck out. We all fucked up. We've been waiting for the Lord to come. You know, because we know that the scriptures say Yahweh Shai should return with healings in his wings.
Yeah.
So we know we're gonna renew our strength when Yahweh Shai come in. We know. I mean, you know, we do what we can do with these bodies, but fuck these bodies, man.
Yeah, man.
The Lord got new bodies for us, so that's what we waiting for. But you got a lot of, you know, you got Jake that sold out, which is Israelites as well.
Yep.
They're sold out, and they want to continue, you know, benefiting. And they know when Yahweh Shai comes, just like
They don't want the Romans.
yeah, that's why what's the name? Caiaphas.
Caiaphas, the high priest.
They said, look, it's like, look, let Yahweh Shai die. They said, shit.
Yeah.
He's the king of he gonna end up taking our place, man.
Yeah.
So now let that, you know, because that's niggas. Niggas want money, man. They don't want righteousness.
So it says, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage.
Right, and that's why through the Spirit of the Lord, anytime anybody speaks anything against us or whatever, we do have the right to condemn you, man.
Yeah.
All right, according to the scriptures. See, a lot of people don't understand the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
People sit there, who are you to judge? You ain't the only God can judge. And they forget that the Most High is a whole book called the Book of Judges.
Yeah.
All right, and then the scriptures tell you in 1 Corinthians the 6th chapter.
Yeah.
Right?
First Corinthians 2:15.
2:15. Y'all can bring them out.
If I can read it real quick.
Yes, you can.
Okay,
Bust it up.
1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15, right? I'll start at 14, matter of fact. So
Okay.
you can understand. It says, but the natural man.
Well, that's what I'm
The natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Hey, like predictive programming, we've been talking about it for years. So mostly that was foolishness.
Yep.
You know, but those are their eyes open. They've seen it because it's true. You know.
Yeah.
That links up with Psalm 64. The Lord says he's going to choose Esau's own men to spill the beans or to have their tongues fall upon themselves.
Yep.
And now it's for those that have the eyesight, so they can warn other brothers, you know?
Yeah.
So it says, but the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for their foolishness unto him, neither can
Wait,
he know them.
wait, hold on. They're foolishness unto him. So when we're speaking about the RFID microchip, right? I mean, RFID, I keep calling it the microchip. That's old school. But they was making mockery. It was foolishness.
Yeah.
You had
Baloo.
okay, there you take
So tell them, fuck you too, man.
you know,
All you niggas, man.
yeah,
Oh, they're so good.
dudes made funny. They made funny of it. Right? They made fun of it.
Hey, I said this about predictive programming. When we was younger, we used to watch shows like Star Trek. They had the cordless phone. We got it. They got now, as we teach it now, they had this where you could talk into a TV and see people all over the world.
Right. The Jetsons.
Star Trek, the Jetsons, that shit was unreal. We were
that
like,
was FaceTime
it's
back then.
here.
Yeah.
You had, what's the other one? With chaos and control. Get smart.
Get smart.
And they were talking about chaos and control because they were telling the people to get smart. They put it right in your face.
They control both sides.
Yeah. He used to talk on his phone. You know, all that stuff that is here.
Gadget,
Yep. The owl. Remember Dr. Claw?
Inspector Gadget.
G.I.
He
Joe.
had gadgets. He had the
G.I. Joe, they spoke about weather modification.
Weather modification. Hold on. I can tell you this, even G.I. Joe, when you watch it, they're talking about DNA and all that other stuff. Remember, it's a mentor. The ultimate serpent.
Yeah.
You know, but
Thundercats had a lot.
they had so much stuff.
The lady out the spirit had me watching on He-Man.
Yeah, and the box.
The spirit had me watching on He-Man. That was witchcraft as hell.
Check it out. The scriptures say in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So who's in control of all the production of all these? The devil. In Hollywood. So what they do too, it's an old saying, how do you hide something? In plain sight. That's the best way to hide things. So,
What's that movie? They live as a
They live. Oh, yeah.
great example.
They live. That was bad. They show you that the elites control stuff, and then they show you that what they made people's God. What's people's God? the world, the God of this world, Mammon, aka the bull or the paper dollar bill. Remember, he put on, they got the eye salve when he put on the shades. You can see the world for what it is: buy, consume, obey, conform.
They live.
Yeah, they live. That live is
Yeah,
the
Jake
future.
was Freddie Buffett.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But supposedly in the movie, he looked like a white man, but he was trying to get the nigga, Keith David,
Yeah.
he had to beat his ass to get him to put the shades on.
Literally, had to beat it.
You have to beat it. They were aroused too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, before he put it on, he's like, oh shit. And guess what they had out there too? The drones.
Yeah.
Remember the drone was riding by when you watched They Live?
Yeah.
They said, look at you. Hey, we see him. We spotted him.
We have
They have that.
Oh, the Flash Gordon?
Yeah, I'm about to say, you
That's a
took it.
damn movie.
That brother, we were just talking about that. They had the drones.
Being the rest of the
Yeah, man. And they shot the lizard man and disintegrated him.
Hey,
They have that.
That's why Daniel, somebody in Daniel's 12th chapter.
It
As you follow, finish that. Go ahead.
says, for the natural man receiveth not the things the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit of the Most High. This is why guys like General Yohana can't prophesy, I warn you, about the RFID chip in the time of Jacob's trouble, because they're natural men. They don't understand the things of the spirit, which the spirit of prophecy is what? Yahweh Shai. They don't even use Yahweh Shai, they say Christ. All right,
But Slakia, they can't because of their charter. It says there in the charter that you can't speak about political issues. You can't speak against the government. You can't talk against homosexuality. You can't speak against it. So that's why they say that they accept them into their ISUPK hellhole. That you accept the
the spirit of the Lord, man,
homosexuality.
we got them glasses, man. So
Yeah.
we see all that shit.
Yeah, we seen it a long time ago.
So it says, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned, right? So this is a point, verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things.
Judging, so we can judge. For you motherfucker, you can't judge. Who are you to judge? But you know what? All the idle talk is over now. It's all over now.
Yeah, that's that time the Lord said, they shall know who am I chosen.
Yeah.
Coming to that. It says, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man.
There's no contradiction to him that is in the house shot.
We have the mind.
So you niggas can talk about us, but you gonna pay for that.
Yeah.
Matthew 12 and 36.
That's why I don't care tonight, man. We said what we said. We called you niggas out by name. And then y'all can come back with your bitch faggot asses. Wow, we're gonna shots fired. We're gonna get okay. Yeah, there's only 2 more. That's done now.
Yeah, what's that thing? They got this fast coming up April 2nd. If you it's all about the elect. If you ain't part of the elect, you can fast, you can pray. The scripture tell you in the book of Romans is not that he that willeth, but the Lord said he gonna have mercy on whomever he wants to have mercy on.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Yep.
you can't fast
All these
and
cats.
pray somebody into
Rashad
the
did a
kingdom.
show on it, and all them cats, all the legions about
Legion
all,
of
all them guys got together.
You
talking
know what
about
the most
some
high, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is about to expose you guys, man. Okay, y'all are not the men of the Lord, and the Lord is gonna do away with y'all. Some of you niggas still think Cornelius is an Israelite. It's not an Israelite. You know what, man? We know Cornelius like Zabak. He's still going around. I don't know about the Cornelius thing.
Oh, that's
You know, man, but we don't care. We don't care.
Hey, the scripture says you bought that with Bakashah. Bakashah, let's go right with y'all saying. Isaiah 58 and 2. It said, yet they seek me daily. Well, no, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression in the house of Jacob, their sins. Right? The Lord says, spare not. All right? Ain't no about no being buddy and all that shit.
And women, children.
It said, yeah, that's right. It says, yet they seek me daily and delight to know my ways. As a nation that did righteousness and forsook not the ordinance of their power. They ask me the ordinance of justice. They take delight in approaching to the Most High. Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge? Behold, in the day of your fast you find pleasure and exact all your labors. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness.
Yeah.
You should not fast as you do this day, to make your voice to be heard on high.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Is it such a fast that I have chosen? A day for a man to afflict his soul? Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast and an acceptable day unto the Lord? And the Spirit guy and Apostle Rambam, he had quoted this last night, and it was on point. It says, "Is not this the fast that I have chosen, to loose the bands of wickedness, to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that you break every yoke?" See, the thing is this, man. You can sit here and do all this fasting, but the Most High is not with it. Like it says in Acts the 5th chapter, "This work be of men, it shall come to naught." All right, because man does things, but the Most High is not with you. The scripture says, "Except the Lord build a house, they that labor in vain."
That's right.
That built it. So it got to be done through the Spirit of the sanctioned by the Most High. And there is a thing of order that a lot of everybody think now anybody can just pick up a Bible, set up a channel, become a prophet and everything. Yeah. Hey, this thing is spiritual, man. And trust. Yeah, microwave elders, microwave prophets, right? And we not bitter nonetheless. We don't give a fuck about you wicked niggas, man. Our concern is about the elect and the righteous brothers, the sincere brothers and the sisters that whoever the Lord wakes up to this truth, that's dealing with men of the Lord that they're gonna be delivered through. Yeah. You understand? But the Most High, just like Esau's talking about this coronavirus. Make sure you wash your hands for 2 hours. Yeah. These devils, you can wash your hands all day and you still the goddamn devil, man. Yeah, you're still a filthy, unclean, wicked ass motherfucker, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
The Lord said he washed with his something, yet the sin is still sin.
That's it. Because why? Here it is, you go on this, say, these Jakes or whoever, who want to take this big fast and get all spiritual. But wait a minute, you still not going to repent for the wickedness that you did to the men of the Lord?
Oh, yeah.
For being rebellious, all right? Being rebellious, not with pride, and all the other wickedness. I mean, we don't got to go into the whole rap sheet of wickedness because that's neither here nor there. We have to end. The Most High is already putting his imprint on this place, man. That he's shaking everything up, man. And yeah, you niggas all gonna get shaken because in the back of your mind, you're still gonna say, well, damn, what if the apostles was right? What if GMS was right? Because for the longest, they've been trying to make, push us to the side, sweep us under the rug. A lot of these guys, they never include, which is cool. We don't want to be included.
We don't care.
Hey, the scriptures say, the water,
we can't partake in a cup of Lord and a cup of devils.
Yep,
so we don't want to be a part of the fucking table.
With the Spirit of the Lord, we sticking to the script, man.
Yeah, in other words, we don't want a place at you guys' table. Why do you think we never came to your cookouts or what's that? The ones in DC they were having the summits, your unity camps, summits. We never came. We never came. We never came to your cookouts or your summits, your Israelite summits. We never took part in that because we don't want a party out there. But it's funny. Y'all want to sweep us under the rug, but then y'all the ones that will always keep us in your mouth.
Right? I precept for you. Go right. That's Luke 12:51. Yahweh Shai says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division.
Yeah. So what are you talking about? It's not us that divided. It's the Spirit. That's Yahweh Shai. He said he's coming to bring division. He's not coming to bring everybody together. That's right. First of all, it's the Lord that put them. The Lord said that you're going to have teachers having itching ears. Some should depart from the faith, right? So the Most High, he gave you up to them seducing spirits that made you think that Cornelius is an Edomite. Made you think the chip is not the RFID chip is not the beast marking the beast. Christianity. Made you think that John the Baptist is not the truth, and all the other different bugged out philosophies that y'all argue with us on. We talk around. Esau can make it. Then you try to hope. A lot of y'all, when y'all get mad at us, you go to y'all the rape king. Who the hell did we rape, man?
That's your default.
Where's your proof? Where's your receipts? Receipts, like they say, right? Get the receipts. Don't send me no video. You sitting there taking a part of a video. No, where did we rape? Obviously, we'd have been locked up under the jail. We'd have had. They're not gonna sweep that or sponge that.
That's called being a false witness. Because when Yahweh Shai was on the cross, they said they sought for false witnesses. At first, they couldn't find any false witnesses, and then at the end, they found two false witnesses.
Low life niggas,
dirtbag ass niggas.
Mm-hmm. Which are you niggas out there? You are them
dirtbags that brought lies. They told lies. They know they were telling lies, and they told lies just to defame or defraud.
That's right.
Our Lord. So the Lord said the same things He went through. We gonna suffer the same thing. So we understand what it is. You know, we know
That's
the
right.
cost.
If I can say
I got
something
another brief. Oh,
about how low these niggas are, all that shit y'all talked about us over, I don't know how many years you can remember. We never went on Facebook and pulled pictures of your families or your daughters or your woman.
Yeah.
We never went and found out where you work at, called to try to get you fired.
Yep.
We never
Yeah.
did none of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
None of
trusted
that
the
shit,
Lord
man.
to deliver.
Come, we always put cursing
But
and
that's
let
the
the Lord
nature.
Most High handle it.
yeah. So really, you niggas really hated us first, man.
That's what they got.
And y'all got a real. It's not us either. Really goes back to
The spirit that's on.
right. Yahweh Shai said,
Yeah.
if they hate you, know that they hated you first. So, you know, he that despises not to men, right? But unto him that sent him.
They could, they would kill.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And you niggas that did
Hey, well,
that,
they did some
you
of
gonna
the
pay for that.
They said, we coming to Connecticut, we coming to New York.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you niggas.
Yeah.
They got down with the
That's
Yeah,
now.
okay. Yeah. Or the flying monkeys. Where the hell y'all niggas at?
Oh, yeah,
We'll give you real breakdown of the scriptures. So, where the fuck
Milwaukee
you?
maniac.
Yeah, where the flying monkeys? Yeah, those clowns. Yeah, fuck
These
yeah.
niggas about to got the coronavirus.
Them niggas look like the coronavirus. Look, man, I'm living comfortable. I got money.
Yeah.
Bitch ass niggas,
Dropping
man.
down the day of the Lord with righteousness.
The Lord ain't forget about you niggas neither, man. Hey, and really, man, I don't even waste too much brain space on you niggas, man.
No, no,
Because
no,
you know,
no.
'cause I already know it for a fact. It's not a doubt in my mind. Most High gonna crack you niggas' skulls, man.
Yeah.
Most High, and if you, and any of you that's left, because we believe that a lot of you, the Lord's gonna allow some of you niggas to get plumped and fatten you up for the kill, man.
Oh, God is for you.
Like Johanna, the Most High might just want you to take to those missiles, man.
Yeah.
So you might be all right for a second, man. You might, because the Judas goat get the hell out of Dodge,
Yeah.
while the rest of the sheep that follow him get slaughtered.
Yes.
So that's why the Yahweh Shai gonna have to deal with you.
Anyway,
You gonna get the hell out of Dodge.
That makes sense.
You know?
Before you read that, because guys like Nate, guys like Bubble Eye Blackfish, and General Johanna, and all these other sharks and leaders, they the Judas Ghost. Those are one of the actual chief high priests
Yeah.
that
from
can
back
give
then.
that.
Yeah.
So the actual top guys gonna be preserved for Yahweh
For
Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai gonna see you himself when he comes.
Yeah.
I got the precept for you. This is Matthew 25-31 on down. It said, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory,
Oh, that's beautiful.
and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him he shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
That's separation right there.
Yep.
I mean, all Israel ain't gonna come together. You know, you separate it. You know,
Yep.
the righteous from the wicked. Yeah.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, which is the elect, but the goats on his left, of the left.
Right.
Yeah.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared from you from the foundation of the world.
That's what we're waiting for, man. That's what we're patiently waiting for. And we pray that we're a part of that number to get there, man. And Brother tell you how about Shin Yahweh Shai,
That's right.
that we have in the spirit thus far. And we pray that we keep get stronger and stronger all the way to the end, man.
And we-
Because that's right. So, brother, you know, through the spirit, brother mentioned all the demons out there, all the forces against the men of the Lord. But now it's beautiful now because the Lord said, woe unto them that laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. So, and then this is when they shall mourn, we shall, the men of the Lord are what? Are going to rejoice.
That's right.
So it's being flipped around, man.
Yeah, laughing.
You know, and it's beautiful. Because right now, a lot of you assholes, those of you that are heterosexual and got a girlfriend, they're asking you, so what was going on? And you have no answers, and you're gonna hide with her under the bed. When they kick your door down. All right? You got something there, everybody that you said? Matter of fact, yeah.
Oh, that was it on that. The Lord said, come on the right hand and receive the kingdom prepared for the Father. What's something coming on the left?
The goat.
We've been gnashing of teeth.
Right.
Goats represents Esau.
Yeah.
And John 8:44 said, ye have your father the devil. All them niggas have the same MO and grindiness and had the same spirit of the so-called white man. Did it for their own fame, their own doctrine, money. Some even for adultery. They use the congregation and their status to take the congregation of their congregation's wives, like Comfy did, which was published. They showed them one cat, a Simeonite cat with his woman, and then Comfy had it. And we heard stories from the old school where the cats used to say, "Look, what's his rank? Send me his woman." That's wicked as all hell, man.
Yeah, you was a part of that back then too, General Yohana. It was called the Central Command. So the current ISUPK that you got set up is nothing more than the Central Command from the 90s come back. And instead of Lahab being the head over it, you're the head over it. You're the chief asshole over it. Before it was Lahab and you was under Lahab. And Yasha one of them guys and Aharon was under Lahab.
Yasha was
Yasha.
No,
Yasha,
right?
Lawyer, Yohana.
Oh, General Yohana was a part of it.
That's right. You were a part of the Central Command. But now what you did was you just you used the name Israeli School of Universal Practical Knowledge. That's what the school was called back on 1 West 125th Street. That's where the original school was, 1 West 125th Street. Right? So you took that name and now you're calling yourself ISUPK.
Yeah, you grabbed that.
You grabbed the name and you're doing the same, you're continuing the same thing that the Central Command was doing back then in the early 90s.
That's it.
Before the Central Command was ousted.
Yep. Yep.
You're doing the same thing. You're picking up where your father left off. And who's your father? Lahab, King Saul, your daddy, because you are the house of Saul. You don't mention King David, do you? I never hear you talking about King David. You probably think you King David. You probably think you King David.
But you know what though? It's funny. All you dumb new niggas, okay, man, you talk shit. We've been around, man.
Yep.
We've been around, not the book. I'm just telling that we got to go into the history.
It's the truth.
Myself, personally, I've been around.
Oh, yeah.
You motherfuckers know who I am. Fuck you, man. I've been around, motherfucker. I don't care. I'll tell you, I'm 47 years old. Okay? I've been in this thing since I was 17. Okay? Which means myself and Apostle Gabar, we've been around since 1990. Okay? Back in the old Israeli school. I remember. Okay, I was there, man. Give my man Lonnie. I was there, man. So then we had on the satellite. You know, man. I had to say it, brother. Yeah, but I was there, man. I was there. But so, I was there, man. Okay, I remember.
Yeah, no, hey, Apostle Raquel, he's talking the truth because he's reminiscing. That's why he's laughing, because he's reminiscing. But I'm gonna say this: when I came in back in '94, and that's when we had that Passover where everybody had to pay $250 for the Passover, and then we had to pay another $250 for those black garments that would have studs on them, that the studs would indicate what your rank was. And if you didn't have any rank, you didn't get those studs on your garment. You got the black garment with the cape, with the mitri, with the armbands, with the girdle, right? And it had a cape with it or a mantle with it. So you had to pay $250 for that. Then you had to pay $250 to come to get into the Passover.
That was wicked as all hell.
That was 94.
So for the Passover, homie, it was like $450, $475. Yeah, well, it's somewhere around there. Yo, bro, I never paid that shit. I can say it. I never, man. Fuck that, man. Fuck them niggas. And we didn't have these special comments. We just bought the comments we had. Yo, those guys were wicked, man. Those guys were wicked, man.
Merchandise in the house.
Brother, the 200 for the Passover fee.
That the Lord flipped the table.
Right, but yo, and y'all all know, there was a lot of brothers in the school back then. But yo, all that money, man, there was nowhere in the world you could have still bought enough land, and there, you know how much money was left over from that shit.
It's probably $200 profit of every one.
And then, look, at that time there was at least maybe okay, I mean, damn, how can I say 1,000 brothers? Might have been 1,000 brothers.
Yeah, see what time?
But they had it where, okay, if you had your woman right and your family at that time, you paid for your family, so your woman didn't have to pay. You know, your lady, your woman and your kids, you had to buy family, whatever. But that was getting dull, man.
Yeah.
But then remember, women got the money. You had so-called sisters that were in the school that didn't have no husbands, and they were donating their Passover fee. You see what I'm saying? So yo, it was all about money. Oh, then he had the Lahab and they had the whole merchandise and locked down.
Oh,
And the scarves, something similar to the scarves or whatever, it was black. Yep, studs and shit, Shield of David on it.
Yep.
Those are like $10. I had a few of them, you know, the stuff. Well, the shit you see General Yohana
Wearing, yeah.
and Nathan was wearing.
Yeah,
I mean, it was bad back then. You got Shield of David with studs. So I remember when I brought a few. They were $10. You know, them scarves.
Yep,
Kind of look similar to the scarf on this is homemade, but they had the black, they had it hooked up with the Shield of David studs, scarves. They had the, you remember the gloves, the cut gloves.
Yep, the cut off gloves with studs on.
With the studs on them.
Against the gloves.
Against the gloves.
Yeah.
Those were $10. Then they were selling Bibles, apocryphas, mats, like Lahab, those were the gangster mats. Right? They had all the mats. They had it all. Oh, then they had the food program, that wicked low life, I ain't gonna call him a Benjamin, West Indian nigga, Mike Allah, that wicked nigga, the original Mike Allah, he was a Benjamin, he been around for years. He had the food program going. Now remember, this is the fucking 90s, brother. In the 90s, remember, money was different than it is inflation. Of course. Shit. This is back then. They had the food program, and the food wasn't really all that good. Oh, watery Benjamin food. Something the watery one. Okay, that's not.
Hey, I ain't gonna front though, brother. My experience is a little different.
It was good. It was good certain nights. Certain nights it'd be good. Curry chicken, macaroni and cheese. Curry macaroni and cheese.
Curry macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. So they put it with all that curry meat. So the damn macaroni and cheese tastes like curry. But it was okay.
Nah, this shit was fire, man. I ain't gonna front. You had the Benjamin Mike do when that's HOBC. But young man, he was kind of, you know, he was fucking him and rock.
They paid $90.
Hey, the shit was kind of good. We was looking forward to him. We was
young brothers were coming from Connecticut,
coming from the world. These coming from the world.
Yep. You know, I never knew this whole these brothers.
Yeah, I never ate land before.
Yeah, Elder Vanessa, Elder Times, and there was other group of guys. They were new. They were just coming in.
Yeah, so he loves everything about Israel. They didn't know. He loved everything about Israel back then. You know, just sitting there buying stuff.
It was $90.
I support
Ready to go to Passover?
200.
Yo, I just looked it up. $90 in 1990. Today would be $178. Wow. So if y'all paid $200, today that'd be about $400.
So $100. I remember it.
I was gonna say this real quick.
One year I didn't finish paying though.
I want to finish getting on Mike Hollow, wicked ass.
Yeah.
He had them fucking the food program. Okay, like certain nights the food, but you didn't want to eat that shit.
You can't eat that every night. Yeah.
Macaroni and cheese, the curry chicken, the curry, whatever. And then like for a lemonade or a juice, yo, a plate was like $8. I remember that shit.
Yeah, that was a lot at that time.
That's a lot of money for motherfucking for a nigga.
Moab gets
No, but Moab,
They always do that like once in a while.
back in the 90s. Moab, and there was a Chinese restaurant right under the school.
Yeah.
Right? When you go to the corner store to the Arabs and get a hero with a 40
They was fired. They were fired too though.
Come on, brother. So, one day I rolled up in front of the school, right? And I was broke now. I was catching $2 back then. I had $2 on me, maybe $3. I went up there to Moab, got some French fries for like $1.50, whatever. I'm eating the French fries and hooked up the ketchup, salt, and this was good. They rolled up on me. Hey, brother, but I had a thing, brother. But I fucking made it wild, and I can afford that stairs. And I'm like, yo, what? But, you know, hey, brother, you know, I'm broke. Step out. Step out. Step out, man. Instead of him saying, okay, look, fuck that next time, man. Fuck that, man. You're a brother. Go upstairs and get a plate. I said, give you a plate. That's a righteous thing to do.
Yeah, even niggas in the world. All right, y'all know Roots man in Connecticut. I mean, not to go too far, but even in the world, there was a nigga that we ain't really like him. We thought, well, he turned out to be all right. He looked at, he had a Hamitic look, but he called himself Africa. So he called him Africa. But he was a Benjamin, man. Y'all remember Africa? Even that nigga, he's in the world, man. He's like, hey, what you want? What you want? It's like, what you want? I said, man, I ain't got no money. So I asked you that, man. I asked you that. What you want?
Roots man.
Yeah, he cursed me out. So I asked you what you want. You know, that's all right. You can say, man. So even Jake in the world to do that, but you got See, and that's why, hey, but now you learn throughout the years, and you brothers are seeing, because when you knew this truth, as I thought back then, and pretty much everybody thought, I thought everybody that said that they were Israelites were brothers. You thought that, oh shit, you thought that this was a brother. You know what I'm saying?
No, because that niggas in the world. Look, I gotta tell you these testimonials.
Yeah.
Going back, because you know, man, now that things are happening, my mind is funny lately. Things that I haven't thought about in 30 years, I'm thinking about now, man. All kind of shit is coming back. Yeah. Either the Lord gonna take me or the Lord this back then, back in the early 90s, 92, 93, I used to fuck with this chick out in Queens. She was a Benjamite too. Funny. But she was an American, she was a where you go to Zion? Jamaican. And the chick worked for transit. She used to work for the transit system. She had a good little job out in Queens Village. Right? Kelly, that was her name, as a matter of fact. Little slim, dark-skinned thing. She was a Benjamite, right? Her mother was a nigga woman, but her father was a Jamaican dude. But she was raised up as a nigga woman. So when I used to go see this chick, this was back in like 92, 93. Like I used to go out to Queens and shit, right? So when you got out to Queens, out in Queens Village or Jamaica Avenue, Queens, if you're familiar with that, you had the little buses, the Benjamite,
the dollar man, right?
Whatever, right? But one time, we used to catch hell back then. I went to the chick crib. That's the days when you go to see a bitch, broke. Well, you want some poop, some pudding, you know? So you be broke going to see a chick, whatever. And then you were too proud to ask the chick for money. Like, man, you broke, like you might need some coffee to get back. But like, instead of saying, look, bitch, I need some money, I like, fuck that one, bitch looking like a bum ass nigga. I'll make it back. But then you would ask, the chick would have probably given me the money, you didn't ask. You know that pride, fuck that, I walk back, right? So this is out in Queens, man. So I had to get back from where she lived back to where the train station was on Jamaica Ave. You know, it's a hike. You had to catch one of them buses, or you had to catch another city bus. I had no money. I'm walking, and I'm trying to walk to make my way back. And it was a ways. Elder Zion was probably familiar with what I'm talking about. It was a ways. So I had stopped, right? It was a Jamaican dude. Benjamin cat, and he looked like a drug dealer. You could tell he's like a drug dealer. He was back in the early 90s, drug dealer, Jamaican drug dealer. Yeah. The nigga looked like a straight up grimy drug dealer, Jamaican nigga. He had the car, the fancy car, the music class. And he was a payphone. You young cats know what they talk about. He was on the payphone. Like Wani and shit, right? So I just rolled up on the cat and said, I'm trying to figure out my bearings. Which I was watching, we were young. I walk my ass. Okay. I said, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Man, this is bad. At the time, I'm like probably 20 years old. I'm 20 at the time, whatever. But I asked him, yo, my man, Dread, whatever, how you, no, he wasn't even a dreadlock, whatever, shopper rank looking type nigga. I said, yo, man. I said, yo, bro, how I get back to the, Jamaica Ave, or which way? Look, my other, push the bus. I'm like, well, look, bro, I ain't got no money, man, so I'm walking. So you taught me how to get. So he told me, right? He's like, oh, come on, look, you gotta walk down. That's a long walk, man. A long rash walk there, whatever. And I, hey, brother, yo, my man, I gotta do it. So I go to walk away. As I'm walking away, I'm like, yo, man, come on, man. And the homie just dug in his pocket and pulled out like, at the time, $7, $10, whatever it was. Hey, yeah, and gave me the money.
Hey, well, that's beautiful, man. You know what?
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thanks, brother. No problem. And it was more, but the moral of the story, I just really needed $1 to get back. They gave me like $10. So I was able to catch the bus.
Yeah.
And when I got back, I was hungry too. I was able to fucking give me something to eat, something to drink.
Yeah.
So that was the Lord. I was praising the Lord. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, but now check this out. Because, of course, we gotta get ready to wrap this thing up with the spirit and everything. Now, that's heavy because whoever that dude is,
hey, the Lord gonna bless him.
He's going to be blessed for that. See, a lot of people Elder Anat has a saying, if y'all don't know, he says people are born into our life for two reasons only. Either to receive a blessing or to receive a curse.
Yup.
And when the brother said that, I said, yeah, that's dope. Because that's really true. I believe it, like when he said it. But now check this out. Now the time that we're coming into, and that's why, like, hey, the scriptures say even about the entertaining angels unaware, right? Like you gotta really walk in the spirit, man. You can't be getting emotional. All right, brothers, don't get fucking emotional. I mean,
and that goes with me, brother.
Yeah, well, all working on ourselves. Yeah, but we're not. We can't run upside nobody because what you got. That's right. You got to stay spiritual because at the end of the day, we don't want the Most High to run upside our heads. We ain't battling the Most High.
That's right.
I don't care who the hell you think you is.
That's right.
Ain't nobody. So that's why I'm gonna read this scripture. I just want to read the scripture. We got to get ready to get out of here. First Peter, just relax. We gonna relax. No, don't worry about it. You gonna get to it. First Peter chapter 5. Slack. You gonna get to that. First Peter chapter 5 verse 6. But I just wanted to bring this out just for clarity and edification's sake. It says, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High. So in these times, we gotta humble ourselves, man. Because the Most High is the power, man. We don't got no power of ourselves. We can't. I mean, we talk, we pop off, we vent and everything. But at the end of the day, what we gonna? Man, it's all up to you. How about you? What worms? Pastor Tar used to say what? Pastor Tar said it's cold, man. And when he said it, I said, "Oh shit, it's true." Because he basically quoted what Yahweh Shai said. He said, "I send you forth as sheep among wolves." Right? And how many times we always read it, but it never resonated. It didn't resonate until when the pastor quoted it a few years ago, and I was like, so don't ever think that you know, brother. My little bit of time here, I'm still learning. And the pastor said that, and I said, yo, and that stuck with me from that point on. We are. We can't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, we sit there and brothers, trust me. You brothers that's on the comment board and ones that I know. These men all back here is fucking warriors, man. King David men type brothers right here. And the brothers on the comment board. But although we brothers are bad, or y'all brothers are bad, we still what? Sheeps amongst wolves. So we gotta trust the Most High. And the Lord did it that way where brothers got ailments, where brothers got jacked up. What? To keep us humble. Because we gotta humble ourselves. That's the key thing. And these last days, man, we was talking on it on the way up. Possible God, possible not. I mean, not bad, right? We was talking on these things on the way up. So it says, be sober, or slack, I skipped. Casting all your care, I skipped again, pardon me. Humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that he may exhort you in due time. It's coming into Yasha Allah time at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, all we getting taught or whatever, the Lord is bringing it back to Yasha Allah time. So, brothers, stay fucking focused, man. It says, casting all your care upon him. Don't be stressed out. Yeah, we all got bills. We still, but don't worry.
It don't matter. Hold on. Hey, the Lord, the Most High got this devil waiving your bills.
Well, yeah, but God, no. But in some situations, I'm just being on a realistic. You know, because some brothers are alleviated of bills, and some brothers ain't.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So to those who whatever, you know, you brothers. This is what the scripture said. Casting all your care upon him, and it might not even just be bills. It might be about a loved one. You know, like you might have you know what I'm saying. But don't worry, your children. Because see, we had a time where you can't let nothing stop.
We've been saying this for years.
For years, we've been saying this. And Yahweh Shai said, he said, you gotta let your eye be single.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Joe. Yep. No, I'm not gonna stop.
No, stop.
Throw it in there real quick. Job. Remember Job? Back up the next side. Remember Job? Job lost his family. Everything. He lost everything. And his kids.
Yeah.
But the Lord, remember the reincarnation. Look, you lose Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. If you lose your children, the Lord will
bring them back, man.
Yeah, man.
You brothers don't be.
All your women, don't worry about these women.
Don't get caught up into that. Oh, my kid's demon, or my woman demon.
Yeah.
Don't get caught into all that. Those demons. My mother, my father. Don't
Abraham.
worry about all that.
Abraham.
I was just gonna say that.
That's right.
Read about Abraham. He said he counted that the Lord was able to raise up his son back again.
And that's where what happens is don't be like, see, common sense is going to lead these people the more desperate they get as the squeeze get tighter.
Yeah.
Common sense is gonna leave these people, and that's what happened when you sitting there, when you starving and everything. You fall into a state of panic mode, and then it comes into delirium.
Yep.
You know, then you become delirious, desperation.
Well, remember the zombie apocalypse?
That's
going
they're
to
gonna be zombies.
People are gonna become the zombies.
Yeah, they're already zombies. Now they're gonna be zombified. But now, all right, let me stop. It says, casting all get serious, casting all your care upon him, for he cared for you. Now, verse 8, it says, be sober, be vigilant, which means you gotta have your mind clear and focused, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And even more, you've been through some shit already being in this truth. Well, guess what? Be prepared to go into some more shit. Maybe even more shit than you went through before.
Hey,
right?
They say this.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Yahweh Shai, the body, the elect represents Yahweh Shai body. Remember, he didn't say until the last breath he gave it while he was on the cross. He said, "It is done." When you read Revelation, the 16th chapter, it said all the vials of plagues that's going to come on this earth. And then it said at the last plague, before that great earthquake, the nuclear missile hit, it said it was a great voice saying, "It is done," representing the elect body. You're going to go through them trials up until that last second to the missiles.
It ain't over until we out of here. All right, so brothers, don't get carried away and think, you know, we still got a mission. We still got work to do. Right? It says, walk about seeking whom we may devour, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. You other brothers all over the globe, even over there in Africa, over there in Europe, it's hell for y'all, bro. We know. But it's beautiful because, like I said, the Thessalonians, them that are trouble rest with us. Right? So we got the occupant to fall back on. Brothers communicate with each other.
Knowledge and wisdom shall
be stability at that
That's
time.
right, man. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability. And you brothers, another thing I want to put out, I want to bring a scripture out. We can close it on that. But I just want to say this: that woman is a strong. That woman thing. Yeah. First of all, don't brothers, you guys, if any of you got your head up your woman's ass, you in the wrong spirit. Because these women are freaked out. A woman, don't your woman get panicky. Don't let the demons from your woman get on you, or your mother, or your sisters, or your daughter. And then you get all panicky and freaked out.
And remember this, nothing. Our mission doesn't change, man.
Yeah.
The mission and the reason why we came in this truth, still, even with everything that happens, our mission still remains the same. You know what I'm saying? Focus. You ain't letting, you know, hey, fuck it. If you gotta lose a bitch, a kid, whatever you gotta, so be it, man. The apostles counted it all loss to gain the love of Yahweh Shai. Right?
Yeah. We have casualties before us.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna read this real quick and let y'all come in with y'all scriptures. And because see the thing is,
we're gonna end it on this one.
I'm gonna just finish this and let y'all end it.
Finish, brother.
But you see, the thing is, you know, which and that's another thing too, brothers. We gotta adapt to what's going on. We gotta flow with the spirit. All right, don't be ignorant. Listen to what the scripture's saying. Look, in these times, brothers, watch how you out there rolling, man. Pay attention to what's going on. You're supposed to be watching the news already. Know what if there's type of ordinances that are around where you stay at. Look, know what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. Don't get caught up into no bullshit. Try to avoid, you know, like be smart about it.
Wise as a serpent.
Wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove, man. All right, and it says, "Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world." All right, so now you brothers say,
Job 5:19. I'm gonna read quick. It says,
I got it without.
So it says Job 5:19. Because this is what I want to put out there, because this is a time for 2/3 of Israel to be troubled, man. The elect, you know, we're supposed to trust in our power. So it says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. You know, the 7th trouble is what? That thermonuclear destruction, right? So, you know, all the elect is going to be delivered in that time, man. You ain't supposed to worry about that.
Yeah, the 6 troubles. We're in the middle of the 6 troubles now. This is what this is happening. The seventh trouble, what that mean? The nuclear destruction, like the brother said. So by then, you know, trouble ain't gonna touch you. You know why? Because if you have the elect, you're gonna be in the church, you're gonna be in the ship. And that's where it goes into Isaiah, where it says, only with your eyes till you see it.
Yep.
Right? It says, go into your window. No, Psalms 91, but Isaiah, where it says, go to your windows as if for a moment until the indignation be overpassed. All right? So that's why I said in the seventh trouble, no evil shall touch us. You see, because the Lord is going to protect us and preserve us. You got to remember, like, read Hebrews the 11th chapter. Read about Apostle Rama was quoting about Elijah, the prophet, how the Most High fed him during that famine. All right, don't get bugged out and shit like that.
Hey, if I could say this, man, like in the time of Egypt, when the angel of death came, which was Yahweh Shai, right? Now he went through the killing all the firstborn, and that was all the plagues were coming upon Egypt. That was the last plague. Remember, you had to be in your houses with the mark.
Yeah.
And it's similar to what's going on now. Now they got the quarantine. You got to be in our houses. And you got the angel of death, which is the Most High hired Esau to be the angel of death with the what you call martial law going up and down the streets. And as long as you got that mark, right, which is this knowledge, you're good.
Yeah.
You know?
That's it, man.
You're good.
Right?
Job 5:20. And famine, he shall redeem thee from death.
That's a good one.
So don't get bent out of shape. Oh man, we gonna starve to death. Don't go like how you see these motherfuckers raiding the supermarkets. That hysteria. Don't get caught up into that. The scripture said what? In famine he shall redeem you from death. Go ahead.
And in war from the power of the sword.
Do we not see that there's a war going on outside?
Esau, right?
Nobody's safe.
Crazy. The minute the Lord will protect us.
That's right.
Gurkha troops come in, man, they can be like scripture say they shall be like madmen, sparing none.
Sparing none.
You know, but you just gotta trust. We just gotta trust him.
It goes back to faith. Just to live by faith. But go ahead.
Thou shalt be hid from the.
And again, you know, brothers, the spirit's on y'all. You know, once we get to our quarters, the brothers could make. Hey, that's the beauty of this thing. You know, you still pumped up in the spirit because we ain't. Of course, we ain't gonna get out all the scriptures. Do it. Let that be the inspiration for your next show. You did. You know, go ahead.
Job 5:21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Right. So you got to trust in the words of the Lord. We're gonna be hid, okay, from the scourge of the tongue from Esau, right? But is that the main? Oh, you got more.
And wicked niggas.
Yeah.
Yep.
It said, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Because it's coming.
Yeah.
Destruction is coming. Go ahead.
At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh.
At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Okay. So how we gonna laugh unless we gonna be taken care of? Right. Because it ain't a joke if you out there starving so bad, you know, you can see your rib cage. You ain't ate in 3 weeks.
They're gonna eat, motherfucker.
So that means,
none of you niggas gonna resort to cannibalism.
Yeah.
That's in the scriptures too.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Because you niggas, you wicked people in the world, you're used to decadence, man.
Comfort.
Overeating, you motherfuckers all overweight. Because these fat, you got big heads. You see them out there, these bitches and these big fucking goddamn 800-pound motherfuckers, morbidly obese motherfuckers. What are they gonna do? They can't eat. They gonna eat somebody.
That food chemicals are go crazy.
They cut pieces of their stomachs off.
No, they gonna eat whoever's around.
They start eating fat. Now, anyway, you got the
I got this Romans 15:4.
Yep.
It said, wherever things were written aforetime were written for our learning,
Yep.
that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Yeah, so there it is. That's what we have, man. Through the patience and comfort of the scriptures have hope. So I mean, pretty much, yeah,
What
bro.
was that scripture? My servant shall eat.
Okay, I got it. I'll pull
Just
it up.
read that and we close it up on that.
All right, Isaiah 65 in verse 11, right? From verse 13, slack it.
I keep
Straight to the point. It said,
eating people, man.
Isaiah 65 and 13. It said, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Oh, God.
Behold, my servants shall sing,
And you shall be ashamed.
Yeah.
Because all these years you've been coming against the Lord's servants.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing things happen. Now you feel the hunger biting your ass.
Yeah.
Right?
The Hunger Games.
Yeah. Say it to them, so they can understand it.
Now, I must say this. Speaking of my demon, my woman, when we first met, she had a dream. It was really a vision. It was that scripture too that said the women gonna have. My woman is all freaking out right now. But my woman that I'm with, she had a dream when we was back when I first hooked up with her. And when she first no, at that time she didn't even really know fully. She had this dream. She said that people was all out. See, we're crazy. And she said she saw me, Possible Hard, and brothers, us. We were on the sidelines laughing and cursing them out. My woman had that dream, right? And I knew it was true because she didn't even know. She never met Apostle Hard, but she described him. She said, "Yeah, like his brother, like right?" She said, "We told y'all. What y'all running for?
Yeah.
That's the scriptures.
Yeah.
Because the scripture say a woman shall dream dreams.
Yeah.
But that dream was really for me and the brothers to break down. But she had that dream.
Yeah.
You see, so we're in that time now.
Yeah, you definitely in that time, man. Hey, the Lord gonna hold us down, man. Gonna have every motherfucker coming out the woodworks, like brothers been saying, gonna have old flings trying to hit you up.
Oh yeah.
Beat down your door. You know, hey, brothers, because at the end of the day, what the Lord said in Ezekiel, they gonna know that a prophet was amongst them, man. They mocked us, they called cops on us, they shitted on us, talked all kind of evil about us. Now they're gonna be searching for us, man. And this is beautiful. It's all in the spirit of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, Rock to Yahweh, Rock to Yahweh Shai, Rock to Yahweh, Rock to Yahweh Shai, Rock to Yahweh, Rock to Yahweh Shai. That's who we serve. We worship the Most High and Yahweh Shai, man. All right, like Joshua says, for me and Miles, we're gonna still serving the Lord, man.
That's right.
We're gonna continue. Nothing changes with us. We continue serving the Lord, man. While the Lord keeps serving the rest of these wicked ass niggas.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Okay, go ahead.
So you got niggas that got tattoos with that, and then they wonder why the Lord is putting their ass to death.
Hey, well, fuck them niggas, man. Most High, keep killing them wicked, simple ass niggas.
You niggas about to get served. I'm saying, you niggas
Nobody
served.
go up there and
Hey, so, with that, man, we gonna give all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakah, and we say shalom to you. Stay locked in. Stay locked in to the Akim in the spirit, man.
Walk my lot. Yeah, you scoffers.
Tell to the mirror with his.
Hey, you scoffers. Open up your heart and let the sun shine in.
All right, with that, shalom.
Shalom.